and welcome to the season premiere of high school football on WYLN. This is the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show. And we are high atop the Ray Saul Memorial Press Box at Harmon Guy Stadium in Hazleton, home of the Hazleton area Cougars. We're at the top of the hour. The Cougars will play host to the Knights of Scranton. I'm Marty Burns, joined by Joe DeMelfi. And Coach, I asked both coaches this. You know, you go through your off-season conditioning programs, and then you have your 2 weeks of practice, your scrimmages, your week of practice leading up to week number one, but there's nothing quite like opening night.
Exactly, Marty. I think one of the things you look at as a head coach, you have a lot of that background. You have the off-season conditioning. You have scrimmages where most of the time you stop. It's a learning process. Why the whistle blew. But here it's for real. The whistle blows, you have a penalty, something else happens. It's a little bit different atmosphere. If you find some of your underclassmen don't respond as quickly because they have never really been in a lot of game situations.
And one of those coaches has to deal with that tonight, Mike Marichek at Scranton. Last year, very successful season for the Knights, but they did lose a lot of key players due to graduation, but he does have one key returning starter in Jake McCarthy.
McCarthy rushed for 1,500 to 1,700 yards last year. What he lost was some linemen, so it'll be interesting to see how his young linemen react to the snap of the ball offensively and defensively. Also, it will be interesting to see how they react under a game situation.
Okay, earlier on tonight, I had a chance to chat with Scranton head coach Mike Marichek.
Just like...
Okay, Coach, week number one of the 2013 season, nothing quite like opening night.
Oh, it's great. You know, you work at a hard time. I mean, football now is a year-round sport, and, you know, the kids have been lifting since January to get ready to go, and then the summer comes, you do, you know, you practice a little bit in the summer, 7-on-7s now, you know, and it flies by. You know, you go through double sessions, and here it is. There's nothing like it, and it's a great feeling, and kids are ready. They're excited, and I'm excited, too, as a coach.
Okay, now, during the offseason, you lost some key players due to graduation, but one of the good things is you have your starting tailback and Mr. McCarthy back.
Yeah, that's a great person to have back. He's a great athlete, but you know what? And I'm telling everybody this year, you know, a lot of these kids have been here, you know, since they were sophomore year. We had success the first year, you know, the first year they were here. Then they were juniors last year. You know, we were 11-1. We had a great team, and they've all sat back and they bought into it. A lot of these kids hit the weights, and I'm very happy with the work ethic, and they put a lot of time and effort in. And you know, tonight's going to be a big test for us, and to see for a lot of these guys their first game time experience. But as you said, having Jake back there, I think that helps those guys a little bit up front. And also, you know, our quarterback is his first game starting tonight. So, you know, hopefully in the beginning he might have a couple game, you know, in the first game jitters, but I think he's going to be all right if he stays calm and the kids play the way they know how.
Okay, now your team took the long trip down I-81 to Hazleton to take on the Cougars. What challenges does Hazleton area present your team?
The quarterback, you know, 2-year starter, I think he's a very good athlete. He's good. Their tailbacks are, you know, they have a good speed in the backfield with the tailbacks. Up front, I think they're very physical. So, you know, I think you know, it's a long ride. It's our first game. A lot of our guys, you know, they have a lot of guys back from last year, and you know, they were 1-9 last year. So I think, you know, a lot of times you want to change that around, and the kids have, you know, they have something to prove. So it's going to be a tough task for us tonight.
Okay, final question for you, Coach. What does your team have to do to go to 1-0 to start this season?
I think just go out, play football, limit the mistakes, and no turnovers. Win the turnover battle, and you know, if the kids do that, I think we should be all right.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you taking the time to join us. Good luck tonight.
All right, thank you, and I appreciate it.
Jim Drumheller trying to turn around, and one of the key aspects that he's touched on is a lot of the experience that's back on this 2013 squad.
And we go back to the same thing, Marty. A lot of his returnees with game experience understand the game, understand first night. I think one of the things that will help Hazleton this year is with Ward at quarterback. He's a pretty athletic player, and I think that always adds something to your offense.
Okay, earlier on I had a chance to chat with Hazleton area head coach Jim Drumheller. Okay, Coach, week number 1 of the 2013 season, a beautiful night here in Hazleton. Nothing quite like opening night.
No, there isn't, Marty. It is a beautiful night. We expect a big crowd. This is the first time our opener is at home in 3 years, so we're excited about it. The kids have worked awfully hard, and we expect their best effort tonight.
Okay, now talk about the progression of your team from last year to this opening night. What do you expect from your team heading into week number 1?
Well, I expect our seniors to lead us. They've been leading us since December in the weight room, in the summer conditioning, and we just have a great group of senior leadership. And we expect them to bring the experience that they got the last couple years to the field tonight.
Now, as you mentioned experience, ironically, last year when you played Scranton, they were the experienced team. A lot of kids gone due to graduation, but they do have McCarthy in the backfield as a returning starter. What challenges did they present to you tonight?
Well, they did lose a lot, but their program is started right now where, they just replaced them. They just reload. And we'll be playing against a lot of seniors tonight that just waited their turn while those others graduated. But they do have a junior who's very, very good. And he put on about 10 to 15 pounds in the offseason. He started hitting the weights, and his legs look a lot thicker than they did last year. And he's just a very, very good running back.
Okay, Coach, final question for you. What does your team have to do to go 1-0 on the home opener?
We have to outscore them. We have to score more points, and we have to slow down McCarthy and tackle.
Well, I'm glad you didn't have me look back at the scoreboard and tell me score one more point than them.
No, we got to slow down McCarthy.
All right, Coach, thanks for taking the time. Good luck tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks, Marty.
Joe, real simple. You ready for week number 1 to start?
Yeah, I'm always ready for high school football. It's a great time. There's a great tradition at all of the schools, so I'm ready for the season to begin. It'll be interesting to see. It's always interesting to see what happens and which way the ball bounces.
Warming up behind us is the Greater Hazleton Area High School Marching Band. They're getting ready for their week 1 performance. We'll take a break, and we'll hear from the Hazleton Area High School Marching Band right after this. You're watching the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show here on WYLN.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the Greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
Buy it at Barber Ford. It's a cut above the rest. Buy it at Barber Ford. Honest people where the deals are the best. Now is the time. Barber Ford is the place. The best cause I hear there's no mistake. You can't buy better. You can't buy better than Barber Ford.
Barber Ford, Route 309 in Hazleton and on Route 11 in Exeter.
What do you see? Perhaps you're noticing the rusted fender or the dented side panel. Maybe the first thing your eye goes to is the worn interior. But look closer and you'll see something else. Value. At Harry's U-Pull-It, we see value in your old car, and so will others. It's the reason we offer top dollar for your car. Junker, clunker, piece of tin, your car may have many names, but at Harry's, there's only one that matters. Value. Visit one of our 3 locations today in Hazleton, Pennsburg, and Allentown.
Welcome back to the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show, week number 1 of the 2013 season here on WYLN. I'm Marty Burns, joined once again by Joe DeMelfi. We'll hear from Joe Flanagan on the sidelines a bit later on, Jim Burns on the stats. Get a look at the Hazleton Area High School Marching Band getting ready to march on to Harmon Geist Field for their opening pregame performance of this 2013 season.
Marty, one of the things we'll look at tonight, again, with the weather being about 85 to start the ball game, and, a lot of teams going to the hurry-up offense as the Hazleton area marching band takes the field. Hurry-up offense, many times defenses are lagging to keep up. It'll be interesting to watch the conditioning factor tonight.
And what has been a mild August this week has been a little bit more on the humid side. So we'll see how both teams handle the humid conditions as the night progresses here at Harmon Guy Stadium, week number 1 of the high school football season. We are quickly approaching the top of the hour. Under 20 minutes before we begin our live game coverage between the Knights of Scranton and the Cougars of Hazleton area. As you see, the Hazleton area marching band has come out to midfield, and we are moments away from the start of their pregame performance. Marching band getting into position. Them, just like the football team, have gone through weeks of practice to get ready for this moment.
Exactly, Marty. One of the things I'm going to mention is that the band works very hard, 2 to 3 weeks, and maybe a lot of bands over the course of the summer, but 2 to 3 weeks intensive before school starts so that they're ready also to perform.
And the Hazleton area high school marching band looks just about set for the first time in the 2013 season, doing their pregame performance. Here is the Hazleton area high school marching band. Has been the Hazleton Area High School Marching Band with their pregame performance. We are waiting for the top of the hour and kickoff of the 2013 season here on WYLN between Scranton High School and Hazleton Area High School. You're watching the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show. We'll be back with more from Harmon Guy Stadium right after this.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the Greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
I've got three great deals for you. Here's a 2013 Mazda 3 iSport sedan, just $187 a month, sign and drive. Or this 2014 Mazda 6 Skyactiv, 38 miles per gallon, $245 a month, sign and drive. Or this great 2014 Mazda CX-5 Sky Active, just $299 a month, sign and drive.
Plus, we'll give you more for your trade. Burger Mazda, just off exit 145 off ID1, Route 93, Hazleton.
Now, Hazel Park Spring Water is proud to announce that they are the official water of the WILN Sports Crew and available for home delivery through J.W. Wargo Spring Water Delivery and JoJo's Beverage. Since 1915, the Kreisel family has been serving the area with quality meats. The tradition continues today with 5 generations at Hazel Park Quality Meats, 260 Washington Avenue, West Hazleton, and Redding Specialty Meats, located at 216 East 4th Street in Berwick. Here are some of this week's specials.
As a diabetic, where do I turn for the special healthcare products and advice I need?
Come into your nearby Good Neighbor Pharmacy. We specialize in the unique concerns and needs you have as a diabetic patient. Your Good Neighbor pharmacist has a fully trained staff, stocks a broad selection of the products you need, and takes a personal interest in your health and well-being.
High school marching band with our national anthem. That has been the Hazleton Area High School Marching Band with tonight's performance of the Star Spangled Banner. We welcome you back to the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show. I'm Marty Burns, joined by Joe DeMelfi. And Joe, we're just a few minutes away from the start of the 2013 season premiere of high school football here on WILN between Scranton and Hazleton area. And one of the things, just in looking at how we talked about Scranton losing some key players due to graduation, but you do have back Jake McCarthy in the backfield. I would almost think that if you're Hazleton area defensively, you load up to start and force them to try to beat you with the pass.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that you have to look at, Marty. Throw up 7 or 8 in the box and confront them being the Scranton offense, see if they can come up with a pass. I talked about maybe hurry-up offenses and defenses lagging behind. I mean, last night, if you watched South Carolina and North Carolina just completed a lot of 5 to 7 yard passes, but the defense has to set and rush every time that ball snapped. If you're running 85, 90 plays, that's a lot in the kind of weather they had, which is very similar tonight. A little muggy, as I said before, in the mid-80s. The other thing I'm looking at is the starting lineup for Hazleton on offense. They have 9 out of 11 seniors, and on defense, they have 9 out of 11 seniors. So this is a group, while they didn't have a great record last year, they came through with experience, and we'll see how that plays out tonight.
And you mentioned the weather conditions and the humidity. I would think if you're both coaches, you're also looking to try to get a lot of guys in and out of that lineup, try to keep your guys fresh.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things you do. You come out of preseason camp, and maybe you have 15 to 17 offensive players if you're lucky. Now, both of these schools are 4A, which means enrollment's pretty good. And both of them seem to have an adequate number of players. So, as I said, you come out of camp, hopefully you have 15 to 17 players on offense and the same number on defense. That way you can do some substituting.
The marching band marching in front of us outside the playing surface here at Harmon Guy Stadium. And they'll head to their position in the bleachers. And we're moments away, just waiting the arrival of both teams onto the field as we get you set for the season opener of high school football here on WYLN, the 2013 season kicking off from Hazleton area as the Cougars play host to the Scranton Knights.
Marty, another thing we look for early, obviously, is you can pretty much tell from the toss which team wants, if they want to go on defense or offense first. So it'll be interesting to see who they have more confidence in, so to speak.
And Joe, we've been talking a lot about the weather. We want to thank the fans watching the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show. We are now going to be sending it up to our WYLN studios. Meteorologist Joe Garbachik.
Tristan Williams.
Thank you, Marty and Joe. Boy, it is just picture-perfect weather out there across all of our viewing area for the start of the high school football games. You couldn't ask for a better day to have any type of football games because it was a nice day to be outdoors. It was warm. We had sunshine mixed with some clouds, and as we head through this evening, it is looking very nice across all of our region. In fact, you're not going to have to worry about any precipitation for any of those high school football games, no matter where you may be across our viewing area, because I think conditions will be just perfect. And of course, we have a great game for you, this one being Hazleton area and Scranton at Harmon Guy Stadium. In fact, here's a look at the conditions right now outside our station in Hazleton, and that's pretty much the conditions right at Harmon Guy Stadium as well, since it's just down the street. 79 degrees to be exact, pressure coming in at 29.86 inches of mercury, and the winds for the most part throughout the game that we're going to have for you will be averaging close to about 5 miles per hour. In fact, all of our area right now dealing with temperatures in the 70s. There's some locations even in the lower 80s. They're going to continue to drop a little bit as the sun starts to fall, but other than that, take a look at these numbers. Nice, no matter where a high school football game may be going on. And of course, we have that one for you, this one being Scranton at Hazleton area. Now, as we start going into kickoff, we're looking at about 79 degrees, a nice summer evening, winds about 5 miles per hour, halftime about 76 degrees, and then as you start going into the drive home, looking at temperatures generally in the lower 70s. We'll have the complete 7-day forecast coming up tonight at 10 o'clock on Late Edition, but right now don't change the channel because we will have the kickoff at the top of the hour. Hopefully you'll enjoy the game.
We're looking for a dealer that will take the time to get to know our needs.
And hook me up with something that has some all-wheel drive and some power. Bam!
And what will you be using the car for primarily?
Cycling, snowboarding, kayaking, you know.
Gardening, antiquing, and commuting to work.
I've got just the car.
Lease a 2014 Legacy 2.5 ICVT for $159 during the Subaru A Lot to Love event.
The right car.
The right price.
The right dealer. Fairway Subaru. Yeah.
Everybody shops Grand Central, making your house a home.
Visit us for the lowest prices on furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. This month, save 50% on Sealy mattresses or save up to $100 on select Lazy Boy furniture. And ask about our interest-free financing plans. Shop GrandCentral.com or visit us on Vine Street in Hazleton or Route 93 in Hazel Township.
Everybody shops Grand Central, making your house a home.
Tennyson's Incorporated Machine Shop in Hazleton and Whitehaven. They specialize in automotive, industrial, and small engine parts. If you want reliability and quality, go to Tennyson's. Call them at 570-455-7761 or in Whitehaven, 570-443-9513.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the season premiere of the 2013 high school football season, week number 1, as the Knights of Scranton travel to Hazleton to take on the hometown Cougars of Hazleton area. You are looking live at Harmon Guy Stadium, home of the Hazleton area Cougars. We thank you for joining us for continuing coverage of high school football here on WYLN, and here come the Cougars. We thank you for joining us here on WYLN. I'm Marty Burns, joined once again by the coach, Joe DeMelfi, Joe Flanagan on the sidelines, Jim Burns on the stats. And Joe, we talked about it a little bit during the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show. There is nothing quite like it, no matter if you're talking NFL, college, or right here on the high school level as opening night.
Exactly right. Go from biddy football up. If you've ever been involved in an opening night, you know the feeling and the butterflies and everything else that goes with it. And as a coach, even though many coaches have coached for a lot of seasons, still the same kind of feeling you get on an opening game. And we'll see what happens with these two schools. It'll be interesting tonight, Marty. We have two schools, Hazleton area with some seniors and with some experience. Scranton lost a lot of players from up front. They have McCarthy back, who we've talked about. I still think Julius Ward could be a big plus for the Cougars with his athletic ability. We'll see how that goes.
We're waiting for referee Jay Rowan, and he has made the call to both teams' captains to come out to midfield. We'll get a quick look at the officials. Jay Rowan, the referee, umpire Frank Galicki, Harry Caskey, the linesman, the line judge Jim Elliott, Jonathan Grand, the side judge, field judge Dennis Crowley, and Jay Rowan is the opening coin toss for tonight's game.
Okay, guys,
at a downfield level.
The ball they're going to receive. You guys have to kick one. They're going to kick towards the scoreboard. Okay, put your backs here. Over here. Right over face them, please. Right with me. That's good. I'm going to get you 78. Scranton won the toss and will receive. Shake hands, guys. Let's have a good game. Keep it clean all the way.
And as you heard from referee Jay Rowan, Scranton won the toss, and head coach Mike Marichak wants the football to start. So we'll get to see that offense with some new pieces and how they adjust. I'm guessing we're going to see a lot of number 31, Jake McCarthy.
And again, we'll see how the Hazleton defense reacts to Jake McCarthy with rushing very well last year. And obviously, when you look at your first game, you go back to last year, if you have that person returning or those people returning, you're going to go to them early, and if it works, often. So we'll see how Scranton handles the rushing attempts of McCarthy on a night where it could be a fatigue type situation. But I haven't seen McCarthy play, but I think he's probably the kind of back after 15 carries feels as good as he does after 5. So he's the kind of back that wants the ball.
Coach Jim Drumheller firing up his Cougar squad. And the other thing that you can talk about this more than probably I can, opening night, especially the home team, the emotions are running high. How do you try to keep your team in check, not to have that emotion draw you into unnecessary penalties?
I'll tell you what you do. About 2 or 3 days before the game, you talk about emotions, and you can play on them for so long. And then it comes down to execution, assignment, remembrance, those types of things. You don't want to, I think you touch on the emotion early and say we have to be ready to play. I'm not talking about ready to jump off out of a plane without a parachute, but you have to be ready to play. But when it comes down to it, Marty, it's good to be emotional, but it's good to have your emotions in check so that you can execute.
Isn't that how you used to enter Wilkes games?
No.
Oh, sorry, Coach.
If they'd had me cuffed for blood pressure, I'd have been in big trouble.
We're happy to announce that Joe just took a drink of water from our official beverage sponsor, Hazel Park Water Store Spring Water. And we're going to have plenty of that. We need to stay rehydrated up here in the booth. So thank you to Hazel Park Water Store Spring Water. We are just about set for kickoff. Week number 1 of the high school football season. The Cougars will be in the red, going from left to right on your screen. Doing the kicking will be number 14, Tristan Williams. Back deep for the Knights of Scranton, number 81, Victor Burns. As also number 5, Ramon Fields. And Joe, before you ask, I don't believe we're related to Victor.
No.
But you never know.
You never know, and let's see what happens. You never know with opening game.
A beautiful night for football is about to begin. We're waiting on the young sophomore, Tristan Williams. The officials signal the ball ready for play. The 2013 season underway. Short squibbing kick will roll to Burns, and he'll slide out of bounds, and they'll rule that he had control. The Knights have the ball at their own 15. They'll start 1st and 10. We're going to look at that new look Scranton offense. Up front, Coleman, Lewis, Engelman, Saul, Nunez, the veteran at right tackle. Morrison, the tight end. Gonzalez and Fields are the receivers in the backfield. Little, Tucson, and Pizinski, and also we'll see Jake McCarthy, number 31.
Marty, one of the things there early on, if that ball would have gone out, it would come out to 35, but he took possession before he slipped out of bounds. He let it go.
Pizinski out of the gun. Toss to McCarthy. McCarthy trying to get to the outside, and he is going to be pulled down after a gain of about 3 or 4. We'll wait for the official mark. Looks like you get about 3 to the 18.
A name we talked about last year was Zukowski, Glenn, and he just did a nice job coming off a block and bringing McCarthy down after about 2.
The Knights will now line up out of the eye. Gonzalez in motion to the top of your screen, and some confusion on that Scranton offensive play, and Jay Rowan will say timeout Scranton. 11:14 remaining in a scoreless opening quarter.
I've got 3 great deals for you. Here's a 2013 Mazda 3i Sports Sedan, just $187 a month, sign and drive. Or this 2014 Mazda 6 Sky Active, 38 miles per gallon, $245 a month, sign and drive. Or this great 2014 Mazda CX-5 Sky Active, just $299 a month, sign and drive.
Plus, we'll give you more for your trade. Burger Mazda, just off exit 145 off ID1, Route 93, Hazleton.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
After the early Scranton timeout, 2nd down and 7 from their own 18. Knights in the white going from right to left on your screen. Morrison, the tight end, will go to the right side of the formation. Gonzalez will come in motion to the bottom of your screen. Toss to McCarthy to the right side. McCarthy is going to be brought down after a gain of about 3 yards by Jesus Castillo, and we'll get a look at that Cougar defense. Beltrami, Banet, Gasser, Longazel, the 4-man front. Castillo made that last tackle with George. Glenn and Zach Zukowski in the secondary. Held, McCollum the corners, Jeff Oakes the safety. And I forgot to tell Coach Drumheller, when you put the brothers out there, the Zukowskis, and they were 32 and 33, it can become quite a nightmare for us up here.
That's exactly right. It looks like Scranton's going to target McCarthy, although I think they'll sprint to the field here and try to hit a short pass.
Kaczynski's pass complete to Gonzalez. He'll have a Harry's You Pull It, the first of the 2013 season. Harry's You Pull It, first down.
While Kaczynski didn't sprint to the field, he dropped straight back, three-step drop. Hit the receiver on a slant for the first down.
Ball be marked. Nose of the football right on the 30. First and 10. Kaczynski run a draw to McCarthy. McCarthy dances his way for about 2 yards to the 32.
Hazleton defense so far, Marty, doing a nice job on McCarthy. That time he picks up 2 again, so he makes it 2nd and 8. We'll get back to and talk about play calling and play situations, but I've always said easier to make a call when you have a couple of yards rather than losing yardage than trying to come up with a call.
2:20 gone in the opening quarter on the Berger Family Dealership scoreboard where it's scoreless. McCarthy found the hole that time, got across the 40 to the 41. That's good for another Harry's You Pull It, first down.
McCarthy did a nice job off the right side, hurdling a little bit of a pile at the line of scrimmage, and he picks up the first down. He has he's the only back that's rushed the ball, I believe, so far for Scranton as we look at 9:26 left in the first quarter.
The only play he was not in on was the first down for Scranton. Kaczynski to Gonzalez for the first down through the air. And this time they'll give to the first man through, and that is Jared Little. He gets out across the 45 to the 46, gain of 5.
That's a favorite play out of the tailback type offense where you give to the fullback quickly with the tailback going one way or the other.
2nd down and 5. Kaczynski to pass, quick drop, and that may have been tipped. His intended receiver was John Marinchak.
Up the field was Nick George, I believe, along with Glenn Zukowski, and he might have caught part of the ball. One of the things you do as a quarterback when you have a short drop, you have to remember that you have people standing straight up in the air or a linebacker coming through, so you have to get rid of that ball quickly.
It'll be very interesting to see what the Knights call here on 3rd and 5 from their own 46. Need to get to the Cougar 49 for a first down. Play action. Kaczynski rolling left. Throwing. Has a man. Gonzalez. It is caught. He breaks away from a tackler and he's going to go. Touchdown, Scranton. Joshua Gonzalez from 54 yards out with the great catch, kept his balance, and went in for the touchdown.
Gonzalez had the defensive back beat down the field, had to come back to the ball a little. Noah Held did a decent job of coverage, just couldn't hang on. Gonzalez for the touchdown. Not a bad throw by Kaczynski after that little bit of a waggle fake, which sort of froze the defensive end for Hazleton and allowed Kaczynski to get to the corner. What that does is give him more time to throw the football.
The junior wearing number 99, Alvaro Fernandez, on for the point after. Hold is down, kick is up and no good. 8:30 left in the opening quarter. Scranton strikes first and they lead it 6-0.
Buy it at Barber Ford. It's a cut above the rest. Buy it at Barber Ford. Honest people when the deals are the best. Now is the time. Barber Ford is the place. The best cause I hear there's no mistake. You can't buy better. You can't buy better than Barber Ford.
Barber Ford, Route 309 in Hazleton and on Route 11 in Exeter.
Scranton Knights take their opening possession of the 2013 season and capitalize, going 85 yards on the scoring drive and lead it 6-0.
I'll tell you the reason of the extra point miss. Carmen Beltrami from the right side really got penetration, caused the kicker to yank that. Let's see if that's going to make a difference here.
Jeff Oakes, wearing number 6, takes it at the 6, spins as he gets across the 20, and it looks like he'll be brought down at the 25. That's where the Cougars offensively will start their 2013 season, trailing 6-0. Senior quarterback Julius Ward will lead the Cougars to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10 from their 25. Getting the opening carry and running into the official was Zach Zukowski. He'll get across the 30 to about the 34. Nice gain of about 9 on 1st down. Get a look at that Cougar offense up front. Gunser, Kopczynski, Benet the center, veteran A.J. Gasser at right guard, Despirito at tackle. Glenn Zukowski, the tight end, with Oakes, Gavin Kopczynski, and in the backfield, George with Zach Zukowski, and as we mentioned, senior quarterback Julius Ward.
Offensive line, primarily seniors. Nice job on the first play, opening some up as we...
And that'll be Nick George, who will get across the 35 to the 36, maybe even the 37. That's good for a Cougar. Harries, you pull it, 1st down. Get a look at that Scranton defense. Saul Lewis Nunez, 3-man front. Fields, Marichak, Little, and O'Hearn, the linebackers. The corners, Fields and McCarthy. Tucson and Gorton, the safeties. Ward again out of the gun. 4 receiver set as Oakes will come in motion to the bottom of your screen. Ward this time looks to keep, bounces off the pile, spins again and gets to about the 40. Gain of about 3 on the play.
One of the things with Ward, he is very athletic. He tries to make moves sometimes where moves are not needed. If he would have headed straight up the field there, he'd have picked up some pretty good yardage. Decided to spin before he had contact, and when he was spinning around, ran right into the defensive man. But again, Hazleton, senior offensive line, doing a nice job to start their possession.
Joey Basic, number 12, in motion to the top of your screen. Ward looking for the screen, and it short hops Nick George, incomplete. 3rd long coming up for the Cougars.
Had the play set up. Ward just did not get the ball there. They had the rush on, Marty. They had people in front of the screen man. Have to get the ball there.
On the Berger family dealership, opening quarter scoreboard, 6:38 remaining in the 1st quarter. Hazleton area with their first offensive possession of the season, trailing 6-0. Ward out of the gun with Zach Zukowski to his right. Ward rolling left, under pressure, eludes 1. He's going to tuck it and run, but the Knights converge on him quickly and hold him to a 2-yard gain. It'll bring up 4th down and 5 from the 42.
My thoughts, Marty, are if you have a quarterback that can run a little bit, if you sprint to the field, that time Hazleton area sprinted into the sideline. There's not a lot of room to maneuver. Puts a lot of people offensively and defensively, and they can space that's not very big. But if you go to the field, it gives them a little time to operate and room to run.
Tristan Williams on for the punt. Short, low kick taken by McCarthy at the 25. He's crossed the 35, and McCarthy still on his feet, in the rule that he stepped out of bounds at the Knights' 45-yard line. We want to remind you that high school football on WILN is brought to you by Northeast Gold and Silver. Northeast Gold and Silver Exchange inside the Churchill Mall is paying the highest prices for gold and silver. Unwanted, broken, or new, call them at 497-4177. And by Valley Pets. Why pay big box pricing when you can have quality and affordability at your neighborhood pet supply store? Valley Pets celebrating 5 years this October 26th.
Marty, one of the things with that return, ball was punted very low. McCarthy had a chance to pretty much catch that on the run and bring it back for good yardage. The other thing about McCarthy is physically, he's a nice-looking player. He's 6'2", about 180, 185. Looks like his speed is decent. So, again, he's rushed the ball a bunch of times already tonight. But Scranton has scored on the pass.
And we talked about the weather and the humidity, the officials taking an official timeout, letting both teams, because sometimes a lot of these teams, guys go both ways, offensively and defensively, get them some liquid, try to replenish the fluid. So the Knights, their second possession, start with a 1st and 10, and McCarthy, who was the workhorse on that opening possession, will get out across the 45 to about the 47, a gain of 3.
Left side off tackle, again Zukowski. Glenn Zukowski in on the tackle, along with a host of his teammates. Scranton has the ball after McCarthy's punt return in pretty good field position. They are on their own 47.
Second and 7 on the end around. This is going to be Morrison. Marcus Morrison is going to be brought down in Cougar territory, close to another Knight first down. We'll wait for the official spot.
I'll tell you what, Marty, that had the makings of a real big play. Took a little time for it to develop. Beltrami was turned inside, but then he was able to get off the block, but had to go inside. So the ball carrier got outside of him for it to pick up the first down. Interesting little wrinkle there with the fake to McCarthy.
That run by Morrison was good for a Harry's you pull it first down. Ball marked at the Cougar 45. This is McCarthy. And he is hit hard and brought down. Jesus Castillo with the tackle.
Castillo along with Zukowski right there. There you see it right here, and you see Castillo and Zukowski. Castillo first, Zukowski right behind him.
That instant replay brought to you by Service Electric in Wilkes-Barre. Give McCarthy about half a yard, still called second and a short 10. Bizinski slings it out to McCarthy. A flag is down the first of the night as McCarthy gets near the 40. We'll wait the call from Jay Rowan.
I think we have a hold, Marty, on the corner. And the other thing is when you can use McCarthy in several different situations, he's athletically, he's pretty good. They were able to swing the ball to him. Now he's going to pick it up. I think the throw might have been blocking below the waist, but the ball was outside with the pass, so it's waved off. McCarthy picked up about 5, 3rd and 5, maybe a little bit more. Interesting to see what Coach Marichak has on his 3rd down play, and also whether, if it becomes 4th, how he'll handle that.
Bizinski play action. Under pressure. Throws down the middle of the field and just out of the hands of Marichak. Incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, the route was run a little flat, Marty. Marichak came underneath. If he tried a little deeper, he might have had some room to operate, but he came underneath on that in route and was flat. Bizinski overthrew him. You're going to have a chance to see how Coach Marichak handles fourth down.
Fourth and 6 from the Cougar 41. The Knights will go for it. Baczynski out of the gun, 3 wides to his left. He rolls that way. Throws, looking for Gonzalez. Did he make the one-handed catch? No. Incomplete. Cougars hold on downs.
I'll tell you what, that was very close. Gonzalez, nice throw. Baczynski got it to where no one defensively could get to it. Gonzalez right here gets it up with the one hand. Now, big thing is there, did he have possession as he went out of bounds? Tough to tell, but it was a nice catch, one-handed catch by Gonzalez.
And that great replay, it also looked like the first thing to come down was his knee, and that'll look like it was already out of bounds as well.
Our camera crew, mid-season form.
Too bad the announcer, well, the play-by-play guy hasn't come out of the preseason yet.
Let's not get personal.
This handoff will be to Zukowski. He'll get about 3 yards to the 44 before being hauled down by Morrison. So the Cougars get nice starting field position from their own 41 after holding on downs. Approaching the 3-minute mark remaining in the opening quarter, and they still trail only by 6-0. Ward will go out of the gun. He has a back on either side of him. Play action, he'll keep. Ward looking for running room. Ward hit his own man, lost the football. They're going to say that's a fumble.
There's nobody moving in to mark the ball, which is a bad sign for the offense. We hear a lot of hollering. He was down. Let's see it. Here you see him, Marty. He's off the left side.
Replay brought to you by Service Electric Wilkes-Barre. The first turnover of the night. The Knights corral it, and they'll start from their own 44, leading 6-0. Making the recovery was Ramon Fields. Play action. Baczynski rolling right. Looking, and now he'll run it. He gets stood up after a gain of about a yard. Gasser, among others, brought him down, as did Glenn Zukowski.
Good coverage by the secondary. Baczynski coming out of that fake to McCarthy. McCarthy then blocking to the backside. One of the things that strikes me early is that Scranton is a team that likes to score. They get a little impatient, I think. Their running game was going pretty well, but they started this series with a fake and tried to go downfield. Now they're in trips out of the shotgun.
The pitch to McCarthy eludes one tackler, gets into Cougar territory before he is brought down out of bounds near another Scranton first down.
We talked about McCarthy, his speed. He's quick enough. Here you see it to get to the corner, runs out of a tackle, and then picks up about 8 or 9 yards, and enough for the first.
As Joe mentioned, that was a first down. It was a Harry's You Pull It first down to the Cougar 45. The draw to McCarthy. Cougars not fooled. Nick George leading the charge. A flag gets down as well on the field.
We got a hold on the line of scrimmage. We have no gain on the play. Let's see what Coach Drumheller decides to do. They have a 2nd and 10. They got a 1st and 20. They're going to decline it and go with the 2nd down.
So a loss of 2 on the play as the Knights came out and tried to run that draw play that has had some success earlier on in this opening quarter. But the Cougar defense not fooled. Coach DeMelfi getting ready for his next piece of commentary after taking a drink of the official beverage of the WYLN Sports Crew, Hazel Park Water Store Spring Water.
Marty, that time on the draw play, there was a lot of congestion there, nobody up the field. If you want your draw to work, you got to have some defenders up the field.
Bizinski rolling right, getting pressure from the backside, throws, and it is caught and complete by McCarthy.
I'll tell you what, McCarthy circled out, went down the sideline. What made the play was the amount of time Bizinski had on the corner. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. A lot of time to throw the ball. Then McCarthy, after a Hazleton defender tries to make a play, missed the ball. McCarthy makes the catch.
That was a Harry's You Pull It first down all the way to the Cougar 29-yard line. Bizinski will hand off to McCarthy right up the middle. McCarthy spins, is brought down at the 20, appears just to be about a yard shy of a first down.
Left side of that offensive line, here you see it. Very nice job opening up a hole for McCarthy. Picks up nice yardage, big yardage on the first down, making it 2nd and 1. So Coach Marichek's young offensive line, not a lot of game experience, is performing right now.
McCarthy again has the first down and more. That's good for another Harry's You Pull It first down.
I'll tell you what, the fullback for Scranton, I believe it's Jared Little, did a great job on the kickout block, allowing McCarthy to get up in and make the first down.
Clock will wind. Depending on what Scranton does here, they may only have to run one more play here in the opening quarter. Ball marked at the Cougar 17 for the first time this year. A team has entered the Grand Central Red Zone. 1st and 10 from the Cougar 17. This is McCarthy, up the middle. McCarthy into the end zone. Touchdown, Scranton.
Again, nice job. Good job of running, but a better job of the offensive line, just opening up a gap enough for McCarthy. Right here you see the replay. It's called an isolation. You follow your fullback. Little again doing a nice job taking on linebacker. McCarthy taking it to the end zone.
And they'll snap the ball. Gorton has his pass knocked down. I believe that was George. So no good again on the 2-point conversion. We'll keep it here with 14.7 seconds left. Scranton now leading 12-0. Here's a look at the point after.
What people might be wondering is what's going on. Offensively, they line up on the hash. They have the quarterback. Many times there's a center and a quarterback. This time it was just a quarterback along with some receivers. They tried to catch the Hazleton defense off guard. Did not happen. So we're looking at 12-0 Scranton, Marty. First quarter, Scranton doing a nice job. They're doing what we thought they would do. I don't want to sound like Dennis Green, but they are who we thought they were. McCarthy running the ball. Pasinski has thrown it fairly well.
Pasinski, a senior, just hasn't had a lot of time at the quarterback position and has done a nice job so far in week number 1, the opening quarter. Has led this offense very well, has not made a lot of mistakes, if any.
That's a big part of it, Marty. I think for a quarterback that doesn't have a lot of experience, not only does he throw and run, but can he run the offense? And he seems to be doing a very good job of that right now.
And off of the Cougar turnover, the Knights turned it into points. Oakes and Zach Zukoski back deep. This will be Zach Zukoski at the 3. He's across the 15, across the 20. Zukoski breaks the tackle. One man to beat. Gets by Fernandez. is. Zukoski is going to go 97 yards. No flags. Touchdown, Cougars.
One of the things when you're struggling offensively, you always hope your special teams can make a big impact. Hazleton area, as we watch the replay, Zukoski right side, runs by one defender, runs out of a tackle there, and then makes a nice move on the kicker. Takes it all the way for the touchdown.
97 yards for Zach Zukoski. Cougars, their first score of this 2013 season. Tristan Williams will try to cut the deficit to 5. The kick is up. The kick is good. We'll keep it here with 9/10 of a second remaining in the opening quarter. In a quarter that we had just talked about, Scranton did a lot of good things to lead at that point 12-0, and then we didn't talk much about it in the pregame show, Joe, probably our fault as well. Special teams comes up big for Hazleton area.
I think one of the things when you don't talk about special teams, you assume everyone, and assuming is a bad thing. Everyone, and here it is again. Special teams always a special part, a very important part. One of the things that you have to be able to do is take the spark from a special team and convert it on the field with your regular units. By that I mean your offense or your defense. Let's see if the Cougars can do that.
We talk about emotion. Let's see what this special teams play by Zach Zukoski and the kickoff return unit of Hazleton area. See what kind of spark this gives the Cougars here on opening night. This kickoff by Williams should be the last play of the opening quarter, as Burns and Fields back deep for the Knights. The Williams kickoff, and the officials stopped the kick. It was a short kick.
We're going to come back and do it again. Got an offside.
And we talk about the emotion. We talked about to start the game, Joe. That's one of those, you're keyed up, ready to get down the field on coverage. But you get to the line before the kicker kicks it off. And there's Zach Zukoski getting a well-deserved breather, going 97 yards to get the Cougars on the board as they trail by 5 in the waiting moments of this opening quarter. So now this time from the 35, Williams will kick it off. And Fields and Burns have come up to their own 20, as they don't think Williams will kick it over their heads. Williams with that deep kick, and he will kick it over their heads. Burns, as it straddles the goal line, he has to pick it up at the 1. Burns loses his footing and the football. They're going to say he was down. The Cougars celebrating, but no, they're going to say Burns was down at the 5. Coach Drumheller does not like the call. They'll have to get him to the sideline in what has been a very eventful opening quarter of football. Week number 1, the season premiere of high school football on WYLN. You got to look at the replay before we head to break. So one quarter in the books. Scranton 12, Hazleton area 7. You're watching high school football on WILN.
I used to think that me and my dad were just building a car. I realize now that it was a lot more than that.
That's the one, bud. Okay, come here. What's this guy right here? You know what that is?
Find the parts you need at Harry's You Pull It. Visit us online at wegotused.com to shop our yard or visit us at one of our 3 locations in Pennsburg, Allentown, and Hazleton.
Now, Hazel Park Spring Water is proud to announce that they are the official water of the WILN Sports Crew and available for home delivery through J.W. Wargo Spring Water Delivery and JoJo's Beverage. Since 1915, the Kreisel family has been serving the area with quality meats. The tradition continues today with 5 generations at Hazel Park Quality Meats, 260 Washington Avenue, West Hazleton, and Redding Specialty Meats, located at 216 East 4th Street in Berwick. Here are some of this week's specials.
Got to look at the student section for Hazleton Area High School. Heading to the second quarter on the Berger Family Dealership scoreboard. The Knights lead it 12-7, but they'll start from their own 5.
5 yards rushing, 80 yards passing, 155. First down, 7. Hazleton, 20 yards offensively. No yards passing for 20 yards or 1 first down. I think that's what I was talking about, Marty. You can't expect the special teams, although we thought maybe they had another big play there. It was called no fumble by the official.
McCarthy, the carry, gets it over one tackler. He's across the 30 and just tripped up at the 35, a gain of 30 on the opening play of the second quarter. Good for a Harry's You Pull It. First down.
McCarthy, again, you see his running style. I don't know if we're getting another chance to look at that, but Oakes made a touchdown-saving tackle. Here you see McCarthy. There's Little again, and McCarthy just lowers his shoulder. And now you'll see Oakes right here. Touchdown-saving tackle, but not before McCarthy picks up big yardage.
McCarthy, 12 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown. 48 of those yards on his last 2 carries. McCarthy again, trying to get to the outside. McCarthy has a first down and more near midfield. Good for another Harry's You Pull It. First down.
Marty, one of the things you look at now, Coach Marichak decides to go to 2 tight ends, power eye look. McCarthy there was able to get to the corner. Once you go to 2 tights, now you have everybody really in a tight area, and McCarthy showed a little speed there to get to the corner.
And you saw Jay Rowan with the call, a personal foul against Hazleton area. That'll march that into Cougar territory.
Not something you want to see if you're Coach Drumheller. I'm sure it was a late hit.
Got an out-of-town update from up in Kingston. The Spartans of Wyoming Valley West leading Dallas 7-0. Here, Scranton with a 12-7 lead over Hazleton area. Looking for more, have a 1st and 10 at the Cougar 37. This is McCarthy eluding one tackler, getting to the outside. McCarthy inside the 20, cuts back, gets blocks. McCarthy to the end zone. Touchdown! Knights his 2nd of the game.
I'll tell you what, McCarthy's going to have to give Little, his fullback, a little bit of a compliment after the game along with the offensive line. Here's Little inside, taking up, not a great block, but he takes up. Now the defensive back comes up and misses a tackle. McCarthy here just uses his ability as he stops. Little downfield again for a block. McCarthy in for the touchdown.
So with it 18-7, the Knights will go for 2. Play action. Pizzinski throws to number 46, who is not on our roster. The two-point conversion is good. 11-13 remaining in the opening half, and the Knights lead it 20-7.
We're looking for a dealer that will take the time to get to know our needs.
And hook me up with something that has some all-wheel drive and some power. Bam!
And what will you be using the car for primarily?
Cycling, snowboarding, kayaking, you know.
Gardening, antiquing, and commuting to work.
I've got just the car.
Lease a 2014 Legacy 2.5 ICVT for $159 during the Subaru A Lot to Love event.
The right car.
The right price.
The right dealer. Fairway Subaru. Yeah.
Everybody shops Grand Central, making your house a home.
Visit us for the lowest prices on furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. This month, save 50% on Sealy mattresses or save up to $100 on select Lazy Boy furniture. And ask about our interest-free financing plans. Shop GrandCentral.com or visit us on Vine Street in Hazleton or Route 93 in Hazel Township.
Everybody shops Grand Central, making your house a home.
On the Berger Family Dealership second quarter scoreboard, the Knights show great poise after the 97-yard kickoff return by Zukowski and march 95 yards, led by the running of Jake McCarthy, and they now lead it 20-7.
I think McCarthy is going to be also a person that, with play action, we can expect to see Scranton trying to get the ball down the field as the flag is thrown as the kick goes out of bounds.
That was a way to try to get Zach Zukowski to field the ball without a lot of momentum going forward, and they ended up kicking it out of bounds.
High school, it's either 35 or kick again, and I think Hazleton area is going to decide to take it at the 35.
Got another update from Spartan Stadium. 7 minutes left in the opening half. The Spartans now lead Dallas 13-0. So the Cougars have it at their own 35. Looking to get something going offensively. And also try to take some time off the clock. Keep that Scranton offense off the field. Ward, play action, dumps it off to Oakes. He eludes one tackler before he trips up after a gain of about 2 to the 37. Scott Gordon came up for a big hit.
Great recognition by Gordon. You want that play, you got to let it develop just a little bit more. Gordon sat right on that. And when Ward tossed that ball over, Gordon was fast up the field. Picked up a couple, but second and about 8.
Ward out of the gun on 2nd and 7. Throws and overthrows the intended receiver as he was looking for Gavin Kopczynski. So a big third down, in my opinion, Joe, coming up in this football game.
Well, I think it's big for a couple of reasons. Number one, they need the first down. Number two, they're looking for something to put their hat on here offensively, Marty, because Hazleton area is struggling. Let's see if they can convert, give them a little movement toward that goal line.
Basic in motion to the bottom of your screen. Ward keeps. Ward ducks his head. He'll get about 2 to the 40. I believe that was Morrison in on the tackle. 4th down and 5 from their own 40, and it looks like Tristan Williams and the punt unit will trot on the field for Hazleton area.
Yeah, what happens there is Ward with a little bit of a run fake to his running back, but not enough to hold the defense. So Ward was tackled very quickly. Looks like a punting situation for the Cougars.
And some confusion. I don't know if they need another player. Hazleton area will have to take a timeout with 9:43 left in the opening half, and they trail 20-7.
plant-based luncheonette, still making memories after all these years. Tennyson's Incorporated machine shop in Hazleton and Whitehaven. They specialize in automotive, industrial, and small engine parts. If you want reliability and quality, go to Tennyson's. Call them at 570-455-7761 or in Whitehaven, 570-443-9513.
We welcome you back to Harmon Guy Stadium in Hazleton. After the Cougar timeout, the Cougars getting ready to punt.
Coach, I'm sorry, Marty, but Coach Drumheller not happy with that special teams player who was supposed to be on the field. You always say as a coach, stay in the game so you know if you're on special teams when you need to be on the field.
Williams will punt it away as McCarthy's done a lot tonight. He'll call for the fair catch at the 30. That's where the Knights will take over with 9:37 remaining in the opening half. We'd like to remind you that high school football on WILN is brought to you by AM 19 Delivers. Fast, free, reliable service. Use the same dry cleaning service used by the Cougar football team. Call Angelo today at 570-436-2705. And by 22nd Street Auto. The cold weather will be here soon. Bring your vehicle to 22nd Street Auto for your pre-winter checkup. 22nd Street Auto is a proud sponsor of Cougar football on WILN. 1st and 10 for the Knights. They mark the ball at the 31. They give it to 31 McCarthy. He leapfrogged and spin, gained about 3 to the 34.
Running a toss, and McCarthy brings it back to the center of the offensive line and picked up a couple. What happens, Marty, when your offense struggles, you're off the field after 3 plays, you punt it away, your defense starts to take a beating a little bit, and that's first half. We've seen a lot of Hazleton's defense.
Morrison in motion to the right side of the line. This is Gonzalez. Pizinski, play action, throws, and incomplete. Almost intercepted by Nick George.
Nick George did a nice job staying in his responsibility, reacting to that pass.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. I was going to make the point to you. You know, you'll never give away points. But one of the bad things with Zach Zukowski's kickoff return for touchdown means your defense has to get right back out on the field.
Exactly right. And again, when the type of night it is, start to wear down pretty quickly.
8:46 remaining in the opening half on the Berger Family Dealerships scoreboard. Coming up at the half, we're going to look at the halftime stats compiled by Jim Burns. Screen pass to McCarthy. He eludes one tackler. It's going to be dependent on the spot. Very close to another Scranton first down.
I mean, I have to tell you, Marty, that play was didn't look great, but McCarthy right here, he gets a quick rush, he gets rid of the ball, get off the ball, we're going to make a tackle, but his speed makes the play. That's what happens when you have a running back or a wide receiver that can make a play. That was a good example. We're looking right now at 4th and short. Coach Marichak is mulling this over, or are we going to see a long count? Defense tired. Don't make a mistake by jumping off sides.
And I would think that that's one of the first things Coach Drumheller would instruct his defense. But boy, it's awfully tempting, Joe, with how well you've run the football tonight if you're Scranton. You know, 4th and less than a yard, you would think you'd be able to make it.
Well, I think defensively what you do, you cover every gap. If you have a gap-type defense, and one of the things you have to remember now, if you have a gap-type defense and you want to do that, McCarthy's going to rush. He can bounce and go outside, so you have your outside people want to contain him. But you're right, Marty. Their rushing game, Scranton has been very good so far, as they will take another look at this.
Jay Rowan's crew brings out the chains.
I think they did that to mark it. So we're looking at 4th and very short.
So the Knights will line up to go for it. 4th and inches. Baczynski under center. He'll go with the sneak.
Yeah, which is obviously, Marty, you don't have to exchange or hand off, and that's the easiest way to do it. And if your offensive line has any push at all, it's going to be a first down, especially when there's 4th and less than a yard.
And that's good for a Harry's You Pull It first down for Scranton. Both teams 2 timeouts remaining. We wind down this opening half. Play action, Baczynski rolling left, pumps once, throws, and I believe they're going to roll it complete to his tight end, Morrison, and he appears to have some more first down yardage.
Morrison ran a nice out route. The problem with the route was that the wide receiver was right behind him, but made a good catch. He was on his knees, but his feet were in, and he had possession of the ball. So Baczynski's showing us that he can throw the football a little bit, Marty, which I'll tell you what it does. It makes the defense's job that much harder with McCarthy, and now Baczynski showing he can put the ball on the money.
Good for another Harry's You Pull It first down. Ball at the Cougar 48. Toss to McCarthy. Trying to get to the outside. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Turns on the afterburner, stays in bounds from 48 yards out. The 3rd touchdown of the night for Jake McCarthy.
I tell you what, that was pretty impressive. Hazleton had a defensive man up the field right now. Turn to McCarthy and watch it. Right here. Good kick-out block. Now Little's leading up the field. Runs out of a tackle. Great block. And right here, a little inside. He just makes a move inside. Then gets a little speed for the touchdown.
That replay brought to you by Service Electric Wilkes-Barre. And with it 26-7, once again, the Knights will go for 2. McCarthy up the middle and waiting for the official call. Still no word, and they'll say no good. He did not reach the end zone. 7:28 left in the opening half. Scranton leads it 26-7.
As a diabetic, where do I turn for the special healthcare products and advice I need?
Come into your nearby Good Neighbor Pharmacy. We specialize in the unique concerns and needs you have as a diabetic patient. Your Good Neighbor pharmacist has a fully trained staff, stocks a broad selection of the products you need, and takes a personal interest in your health and well-being.
Tri-County Business Machines has been serving the Hazleton area with office supplies and furniture for over 35 years. We are your local Kyocera dealer for all your digital Kyocera copiers, printers, and faxes. For exceptional reliability, sales, and service, the call to make is to Tri-County Business Machines. Tri-County Business Machines, keeping your office up to speed. Tri-County Business Machines, located at 117 East Broad Street, Hazleton. Phone 459-0754 or visit us on the web at tricountybm.com.
We welcome you back to Harmon Guy Stadium. An opening half dominated by the tailback for Scranton, Jake McCarthy. He now has 17 carries, Joe, 191 yards and 3 touchdowns. How about his last 6 carries for 148 yards and 3 touchdowns? As Fernandez's kick will be taken by Zukoski at the 6. Zukoski is going to be brought down at about the 15-yard line. Another nice play by Scott Gordon with the open field tackle.
Gordon down the field for special teams very quickly. He's also one of the defensive backs that's done a very nice job for Scranton. I'll tell you what, Marty, it's time. I know Coach Drumheller feels the same way for the offense to pick up some slack here. Now, whether you want to mix up a short passing game, but they haven't been able to to do either a short passing game or rushing the ball right now as they come out in the shotgun with the slot in motion.
They'll give it to Oaks. Oaks does not find much as the Scranton defense strung him out nicely and brought him down. I'd say no gain at the 15.
Play was flat too long, Marty. And by that I mean you're running sideline to sideline. You need to be up the field. Oaks could never make that turn. So we have a 2nd and 11.
As Joe mentioned, they lost a yard on the play. 2nd and 11. That was Zach Zukowski on the carry. Out just shy of the 20. We'll bring up 3rd down and about 7 for the Cougars.
Yeah, Marty, I'm sorry. That was a dive play right side. Now you're looking at 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. Tough to convert. Might want to use the field here, as I mentioned before, and let Ward get to the corner and see if he can use his athletic ability to help out.
Ward faked the pitch, looked to keep himself, and Scranton, not fooled at all defensively, stacks him up, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, Ward looked like he wanted to make a fake to the right and then come back on a little bit of a quarterback-like counter, but there was nothing there. What happened was the fake was made very quickly. The defense never had a chance to react, so they stayed in place. Ward ran right into that defense.
That last replay brought to you by Service Electric Wilkes-Barre. Williams will punt it away. McCarthy standing inside Cougar territory. McCarthy will let it bounce, and it'll roll into Scranton territory, where the Cougars will down it at the 48.
Now what we have here, Marty, is offensively, again, Hazleton 3 and out. Defense back on the field.
And as you mentioned, these short possessions by the offense, and you keep trotting that defense back out there, especially on a warm, humid opening night, this group is going to wear down pretty quick.
You have somebody like McCarthy, you have to try to tackle all night long, gets even longer.
I'll tell you what, we've been very impressed with McCarthy in this offense, but how about this Scranton defense? They've played very well tonight, as McCarthy will get a break. Brian Keller on the carry, and Keller will be dropped for a loss back to about the 46.
Nice play by Oaks here, right here. I'm sorry. That was Juan Castillo with another good hit. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Jesus Castillo. I'll get that right soon. Castillo, who made a good hit in the first quarter also, there did a great job of scraping and getting there.
2nd and 12, Pazinski throws pass complete for a 1st down and more to Gonzalez. Gonzalez down the sideline. He's going to go for the 2nd time from 54 yards out. Touchdown Knights.
Again, we have a defensive back one-on-one. Pazinski with a nice throw. Defensive back gave the receiver a lot of room. When you do that, watch this, Marty. Right here, we caught the latter part of that, but defensive back was off 5 to 7 yards. When he tried to come up, wide receiver just ran out of his tackle.
Fernandez on for the point after. Gordon with the hold. It is down, the kick is up, and it is no good. 4:22 left in the opening half. Scranton now leading it 32-7.
Schumacher
Schumacher Engineering Incorporated, providing diversified consulting engineering services throughout the Northeast for over 30 years. Call 455-9407 for Schumacher Engineering Incorporated.
Swing to Big Bad Voodoo Daddy October 18th at the Alice E. Wilsey Performing Arts Center at the historic castle in Hazleton. 2013 marks the 20th anniversary of Big Bad Voodoo Daddy's remarkable arrival onto the music scene. And today, the high-energy 9-piece ensemble continues to remind the world that it's still cool to swing big band style. Join the party. Shake and move to the groove October 18th. Advance tickets are available through Ticketmaster starting August 31st.
We welcome you back to Harmon Guy Stadium. Scranton, other than a Zach Zukowski 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, has dominated this opening half of football, leading 32-7. Baczynski, his second touchdown pass to Gonzalez, the last scoring play. And we'll see what this Cougar offense can do with 4:22 left. And Zukowski will take it, and it'll bounce in the end zone. Touchback will give it to Hazleton area at their own 20.
We've seen some great plays defensively from Hazleton. What we have to see is the offense pick it up, Marty, and move the ball consistently enough to at least penetrate Scranton into Scranton territory, or else could turn real ugly quickly.
Ward will go out of the shotgun on 1st and 10. He rolls right, looking, pumps, throws, complete. Should be enough for a first down. Oaks on the reception.
Oaks ran a 10-yard stop and turned, and Ward sprinted to his right here. He has some time and was able to make that throw for a first down. That's a positive sign here as we start this series for the Cougars. And there you see Oaks with the catch.
We invite you to stay tuned at the half. Not only will we get halftime stats for Jim Burns, we'll tell you about a couple of promotions that we have going on that will start giveaways next week with our week number 2 matchup. So stay tuned for those contests coming up. We'll tell you all about it at the half as Ward, with a gain of about 5, out to the 35.
Wanted to throw it down the field, but nothing there, so Ward was able to pick up some yardage. The biggest, here you see it, as he set penetration there very quickly. Ward's able to run out of that and then pick up some yardage. The problem here, Marty, is you try to maybe get a little impatient offensively because you're down 25.
Ward fumbled the snap, and he'll pick it up. And the host of white jerseys converge on him, led by Scott Gordon from his strong safety position.
That's a mistake that you can't have. Now you're looking at, instead of 3rd and manageable, we're looking at 3rd and 7 or 8. Makes it a little tougher.
Ward will go out of the gun. Looking right. Throws complete. Catch made by Gavin Kopczynski in the night territory. Good for a Harry's, you pull it. First down.
I'll tell you what, Kopczynski ran a nice slant pattern. Ward threw a nice ball there. Stayed in the pocket, and there you see it. Makes the throw for the first down. A little light for this Hazleton offense.
1st and 10, ball marked at the night 49. Approaching 2:20 left in the opening half. The Cougars with 2 timeouts remaining. Ward again to pass, looking for Kopczynski, tipped up in the air. And will they roll it an interception? Yes, they do. Ramon Fields with the interception on the tip pass.
We have a flag at the line of scrimmage. Let's see if that's a hold. It's against Scranton.
So this play, despite what your eyes tell you, will not count, as as the penalty to Scranton will give the ball, or keep the ball with the Cougars.
I think they called a late hit on the quarterback.
And that roughing the passer, 15-yard penalty to give the Cougars a Harry's You Pull It first down, all the way down to the Scranton 35. Now inside the 35, we'll call it the 34. Ward throws complete to Oakes. Oakes has room and he's going to go. Touchdown, Cougars!
Oakes slipped to the flat. Ward did a nice job getting the ball to him. Oakes was outside the defense. Here you see it. Great block right there to save Ward as Oakes then takes it to the corner. Now runs the defense for a touchdown.
Tristan Williams on for the point after. Anthony Lombardo on the hold. It's down. Williams is up, and it is good. We'll keep it here with 1:53 left in the opening half as the Cougars answer the last score from Scranton and now trail 32-14. No, Coach Drumheller is very happy, Joe, to have his son Matt Drumheller helping out, former quarterback here at Hazleton Area High School. And also very proud of Matt. During this offseason, Matt became a graduate from Cornell. And I know that's quite an accomplishment because I don't think Cornell would allow me even on their campus, let alone with an opportunity to graduate. But congratulations to Matt Drumheller, a graduate of Cornell.
A great school, Marty. Obviously, Matt has an education from one of the best schools in the country.
As we've mentioned, you know what, Joe? I need to get another one, but the official beverage sponsor of the WILN sports team from Hazel Park and their water store, the Hazel Park Water Store Spring Water. And you look empty as well. We're going to have to refill. As Jim Burns is sitting there, he's proud to say he's still got half a bottle left. Scranton will get the ball back, and we've talked about Kyle Pazinski has done a nice job at quarterback tonight for Scranton. They'll have 2 timeouts and 1:53 left in this opening half, so Scranton may not necessarily be done trying to score here in this opening half as well.
Well, one of the things, McCarthy was given a break the last series. Let's see if he's back on the field here with 1:53 left as the Cougars prepare to kick off down 18.
Not only I think we might see him offensively, he's back as one of the 2 return men for Scranton along with Ramon Fields. With the short kick will bounce into the hands of McCarthy from the 13. McCarthy across the 35 before he is brought down across the 40. I believe Randy Ortiz on the tackle.
Ortiz with a nice tackle right at shoe tops, which is where you need to tackle McCarthy. He went down, so we're looking at, and there you see the return. McCarthy looks like he's just biding his time.
Also, before Ortiz, Castillo looked like he was the one that tripped him up.
Jesus Castillo again. Castillo has really done a nice job with defensively and on special teams for Hazleton area tonight.
fullback Jared Little on the first down carry out to midfield. Now Scranton can take their time. Down to a minute and a half clock running, but they have 2 timeouts remaining.
I think one of the things, if you're Coach Drumheller and the Hazleton area staff, you need to come up with a big player. You don't want to give, you just scored one, you don't want to give another one away.
Kaczynski on second and short will throw it down the middle of the field looking for Morrison. A crowded throw, incomplete.
The reason the throw was crowded is because the routes were crowded. They have 3 routes within the hash marks almost. So you have 3 receivers, 3 defenders at least. So now there's 6 people, and it looks like it's a crowd.
Third down and 2 from the Cougar 49. Flag is down as McCarthy gets the first down near the 45.
That's no first down, Marty. There was movement on Scranton, and what happened was the wide receiver never got out here to set up, and they're calling it illegal shift, and that will come back.
So the Knights will be moved back 5 yards to make it a third down and 7. Ball just across their own 45-yard line with 1:05 remaining in the opening half. Something to think about if Hazleton area gets a stop here. They have 2 timeouts remaining. We'll see how Scranton will run it here offensively. Play action. Kaczynski rolling right. Dumps it off and almost intercepted by Oaks.
Kaczynski going to his right. Couldn't put the brakes on. Tried to throw across his body. And almost had it intercepted his right, Marty. Here you see it. Now he's going to have to stop and set his feet. He's never able to do that because of some pressure. Almost has it picked off.
That replay brought to you by Service Electric Wilkes-Barre. It looks like Scranton will punt it away. Number 47, Kaiser Leapier, will be doing the punting duties for the Knights. Back deep for the Cougars, Oaks and Zach Zukoski. And Leapier trying to field the low snap. His knee touched down. A big break for the Cougars. The ball will be marked at the Scranton 33. Credit Jay Rowan for being right on the spot to make the call.
Anytime a knee hits the ground right here, right there. He had possession of the ball. Knee hit the ground. Play is dead. First down, Hazleton area.
So with 40.8 seconds remaining in the opening half, Cougars with a chance to cut into an 18-point deficit. They still have 2 timeouts remaining. And you would think Ward will try to build out the confidence he got in that last scoring drive throwing the football.
Well, I think if you're Coach Drumheller, you have to try to get in the end zone here. Have to, I believe, throw the football.
Pass incomplete, intended for Joey Basic. 2nd and 10. The good thing about that play, stops the clock with the incompletion.
Yeah, Basic was running a stop pattern, never really set himself, and Ward threw that ball quickly. Basic just couldn't handle it.
2nd and 10 from the Knight 33. 3 receivers will be to Ward's left. Gavin Kopczynski to his right, the lone receiver. Ward looks left. Throws, knocked down by John Marichak from his linebacker's position. I believe he was looking for Charlie Burrows.
Nice job by Marichak on the drop. That's what you like to see from your linebackers defensively. Get some drop and be able to roam the field a little. Marichak got his hand up, knocked it down. 3rd down for Hazleton area.
3rd and 10 from the 33. Ward back to pass. Across the middle, has a man. It's complete to Oaks. inside the 15 for a Harry's You Pull It first down. And the Cougars will take their second timeout of the half.
Oaks with a nice route inside the defender. Credit Ward with getting the ball there also. And Oaks makes a very good catch. Here you see it. Here we're going to see it as Ward steps up like he should, makes that throw. There you see the Oaks on the route inside the defender.
So Hazleton area will have the ball at the 13-yard line. 1st and 10 with 29.9 seconds left in the half. 1 timeout remaining. And for the first time tonight, officially, the Cougars will enter the Grand Central Red Zone. Because their previous touchdowns were on a kickoff return of 97 yards and Ward to Oaks from 34 yards out. So the Cougars into the Grand Central Red Zone. 1st and 10 from the 13. Ward will go under center. Oaks in motion. He'll sling it out to Oaks. Cuts it back. Oaks trying to stay on his feet. He'll be brought down inside the 10 to the 7. Coach Drumheller wants them to rush to the line. Ball is set. Ward will down it. 8.9 seconds left. 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Cougars. 1 timeout remaining. But they're probably 1, maybe 2 plays left.
Well, yeah, at least 1. I don't know if they're going to get to... They have a timeout, Marty, so you can go to the end zone twice. I keep saying the same thing, that Ward has some athletic ability. He might be able to scramble around a little and get in the end zone. Get a defense running around, trying to cover, and there you see Oaks had to cut it back inside, and he almost broke away.
Play clock down to 2. Snap is off. They run the draw. Ward is going to be shy of the goal line. 4 seconds left. He'll have a Harry's You Pull It first down, and the Cougars use their last timeout, as it looks like the ball will be marked just inside, or looks like it'll be marked right at the 1.
Yeah, just maybe just outside of it, Marty. Very close. Big play coming up, and you have 1 play left, and that's it. You have 4 seconds left in the half. I mean, what a lift this would be, not only offensively, but to the team if they could go in after a score right at the end of the first half.
And keep in mind, Scranton won the opening toss and elected to receive. So the Cougars, if they score here, try to build on that momentum from the end of this opening half, they'll get the ball to start the second half. What a huge play coming up in this football game. It doesn't matter. It's officially 1st and goal at the 1, but more importantly, only 4 seconds left. Hazleton area out of timeouts. Burrows by himself to Ward's left. Ward looking, rolling. He's going to get to the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars!
As I said, when you can scramble a little bit, you have 3 or 4 wide receivers, spreads the defense. What happened here, the contain man for Scranton High School got caught inside Marty. Ward was able to get to the corner.
Tristan Williams on for the point after. What a sequence of events. The Cougars were down 32-7. Have answered with 2 late touchdowns at the end of the opening half. And they'll head to the locker room trailing 32-21. There's Julius Ward, who ran it in from a yard out on the official final play of the opening half. The Knights first will head to the locker room, and they'll wait to send the Cougars to the locker room as Hazleton area gets a big break on special teams as Scranton fields a punt. Their punter fielded a low snap, took a knee at the 33. The Cougars with the short field convert with the touchdown. And they trail at the half, 32.
Good evening. This is L.A. Tyrone in the Topic A set with a special report from WYLN News. Gilberton Borough Council met tonight to deal with suspended Police Chief Mark Kessler. Here's what happened.
Dear John, I received notification from my client, Mark Kessler, at approximately 4:06 p.m. that he would be willing to extend his unpaid suspension so that both he and I may attend the newly scheduled meeting. Please proceed accordingly. Very truly yours, Joseph Nahas, Esquire.
Long and short, suspension continues indefinitely. Ann Gownley will have details in a late edition in about an hour and a half. Right now, back to the halftime show on WYLN.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
Buy it at Barber Ford. It's a cut above the rest. Buy it at Barber Ford. Honest people where the deals are the best. Now is the time. Barber Ford is the place. The best cause I hear there's no mistake. You can't buy it better. You can't buy it better than Barber Ford.
Barber Ford, Route 309 in Hazleton and on Route 11 in Exeter.
What do you see? Perhaps you're noticing the rusted fender or the dented side panel. Maybe the first thing your eye goes to is the worn interior. But look closer and you'll see something else. Value. At Harry's You Pull It, we see value in your old car and so will others. It's the reason we offer top dollar for your car. Junker, clunker, piece of tin, your car may have many names, but at Harry's, there's only one that matters. Value. Visit one of our 3 locations today in Hazleton, Pennsburg, and Allentown.
We welcome you back to Harmon Guy Stadium at the half in what, for the first 28 minutes of this opening half, dominated by Scranton, where they led 32-7. The Cougars come back with 2 touchdowns in the final minute 53 to make it a 32-21 football game at the half. And Joe, all the momentum with Hazleton area. Let's see how they come out because, as I mentioned, Scranton won the opening toss. They elected to receive. Hazleton area will get the football right back to start that third quarter. Be very interesting to see. Hazleton area didn't have a lot of success running the football. Once they let Julius Ward throw it and open up the game, boy, that offense looked a whole lot better.
Well, I think there are a couple of things. Number one, you're right. The first quarter and a half, Marty, Hazleton's offense non-existent. But the offensive line gave Ward some time to throw. Ward picked out some great targets. Oakes made a nice catch. Ward scrambled for a touchdown. Scranton makes a big mistake by downing the ball on a 4th down punting situation. So you're right. We're looking at a 32-21 ball game, Scranton up. But Hazleton area were coming off a touchdown. Now they're going to come out in the beginning of the third quarter, get the ball. Let's see how their offense responds.
The Scranton High School Marching Band has come out onto the field. We're moments away from their halftime performance. Marching band setting up as they are being introduced to the crowd here at Harmon Guy Stadium. I'm sure a little butterflies for these students. As we mentioned, they prepare all off season all summer long as well for this very moment. Their opening performance coming here at halftime in the opening week matchup between Scranton and Hazleton area.
And now under the section of senior drum major Noah Dominguez and junior drum major Sean Louise Tomlinson, the 2013 Marching Knights.
And let's head down field level to the performance of the Scranton High School Marching Band. has been the Scranton High School Marching Band with their halftime performance. And at the half, The Knights leading the Cougars 32-21. Coming up next, we'll get a look at halftime stats compiled by Jim Burns. You're watching the season premiere of high school football live right here on WILN.
I've got three great deals for you. Here's a 2013 Mazda 3i Sports Sedan, just $187 a month, sign and drive. Or this 2014 Mazda 6 Sky Active, 38 miles per gallon, $245 a month, sign and drive. Or this great 2014 Mazda CX-5 Sky Active, just $299 a month, sign and drive.
Plus, we'll give you more for your trade. Burger Mazda, just off exit 145 off ID1, Route 93, Hazleton.
Now, Hazel Park Springwater is proud to announce that they are the official water of the WILN Sports Crew and available for home delivery through J.W. Wargo Springwater Delivery and JoJo's Beverage. Since 1915, the Kreisel family has been serving the area with quality meats. The tradition continues today with 5 generations at Hazel Park Quality Meats, 260 Washington Avenue, West Hazleton, and Redding Specialty Meats, located at 216 East 4th Street in Berwick. Here are some of this week's specials.
As a diabetic, where do I turn for the special healthcare products and advice I need?
Come into your nearby Good Neighbor Pharmacy. We specialize in the unique concerns and needs you have as a diabetic patient. Your Good Neighbor pharmacist has a fully trained staff, stocks a broad selection of the products you need, and takes a personal interest in your health and well-being.
Everybody shops Grand Central, making your house a home.
Visit us for the lowest prices on furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. This month, save 50% on Sealy mattresses or save up to $100 on select Lazy Boy furniture. And ask about our interest-free financing plans. Shop GrandCentral.com or visit us on Vine Street in Hazleton or Route 93 in Hazel Township.
Everybody shops Grand Central, making your house a home.
Tri-County Business Machines has been serving the Hazleton area with office supplies and furniture for over 35 years. We are your local Kyocera dealer for all your digital Kyocera copiers, printers, and faxes. For exceptional reliability, sales, and service, the call to make is to Tri-County Business Machines. Tri-County Business Machines, keeping your office up to speed. Tri-County Business Machines, located at 117 East Broad Street, Hazleton. Phone 459-0754 or visit us on the web at tricountybm.com.
We welcome you back to live high school football on WILN at the half from Harmon Guy Stadium. The hometown Cougars trailing Scranton by a score of 32-21. We're about set to get a look at the opening half highlights, and they are brought to you by Service Electric Wilkes-Barre. And Scranton jumped out to an early 6-0 lead. And then Jake McCarthy capping a 7-play, 56-yard drive from 17 yards out. Point after no good, made it 12-0. And then the ensuing kickoff taken by Zach Zukoski from his own 3. Wasn't touched much. There he eluded one tackler, and then he had one man to beat. And Zach Zukoski would do just that and go 97 yards to put the Cougars on the board with 0.9 seconds left in the opening quarter. They trailed 12-7. And here, one of the big plays of the opening half, Victor Burns picked up the kickoff and would be ruled down at the 5. Hazleton area fans thought that they had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Was not the case. And the Knights started at their own 5, and they capped that 95-yard drive in 3 plays on this second touchdown run of the night by Jake McCarthy, this time from 37 yards out. And Scranton answered that kickoff return. And their 2-point conversion was good, and they went up 20-7. Jake McCarthy was not done in that opening half, this time from 48 yards out, capping a 6-play, 69-yard drive that took 2:09 off the clock. The 2-point run was no good, but the Knights led it 26-7, and then the Knights came right back. 2-play, 52-yard drive, Gonzalez from Pazinski, and it was 32-7 Scranton. Looked like the Knights had total control, but the Cougars go on an 80-yard drive in 5 plays, 2:28 off the clock. With 1:53 left in the half, Oakes from Ward made it 32-14. Then after a Bad snap in which the punter fielded it at the 33 with a knee on the ground. The Cougars go 33 yards in 7 plays. Ward from 1 yard out, the last play of the half, and the Cougars trail it 32-21. Time to get a look at the halftime stats, brought to you by Berger Family Dealership and compiled by Jim Burns.
Marty, we're looking at Scranton with 15 first downs, 214 yards rushing, 151 passing, 365 total, no turnovers. They've had 2 penalties, 20 yards. Hazleton area, 21 points, big special teams plays. 7 first downs, 35 yards rushing, 91 yards passing, 126 total, 1 turnover, 2 penalties, 20 yards. We have to say that Hazleton area really is in striking distance. When you look at the statistics, you wonder how that happened.
Big special teams play helps keep the Cougars in this game. We are at the half. We'll take one more break. Third quarter action coming up next as we're live from Harmon Geist Stadium. Week number 1 of high school football, and the Cougars trail it 32-21.
I've got 3 great deals for you. Here's a 2013 Mazda 3i Sport Sedan, just $187 a month, sign and drive. Or this 2014 Mazda 6 Sky Active, 38 miles per gallon, $245 a month, sign and drive. Or this great 2014 Mazda CX-5 Sky Active, just $299 a month, sign and drive.
Plus, we'll give you more for your trade. Berger Mazda, just off exit 145 off ID1, Route 93, Hazleton.
What do you see? Perhaps you're noticing the rusted fender or the dented side panel. Maybe the first thing your eye goes to is the worn interior. But look closer and you'll see something else. Value. At Harry's You Pull It, we see value in your old car, and so will others. It's the reason we offer top dollar for your car. Junker, clunker, piece of tin, your car may have many names, but at Harry's, there's only one that matters. Value. Visit one of our 3 locations today in Hazleton, Pennsburg, and Allentown.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
Buy it at Barber Ford. It's a cut above the rest. Buy it at Barber Ford. Honest people where the deals are the best. Now is the time. Barber Ford is the place. The best cause I hear there's no mistake. You can't buy better. You can't buy better than Barber Ford.
Barber Ford, Route 309 in Hazleton and on Route 11 in Exeter.
You are looking live at Harmon Geist Stadium. Second half action ready to begin in the season premiere of the 2013 high school football schedule here on WYLN, with the Scranton Knights leading the Hazleton area Cougars by a score of 32-21. And Joe, we need to take care of some housekeeping before we get to some contest information here on WYLN. Young man made some nice plays for Scranton in that opening half, but we didn't have him on our roster. He wore number 46. Joe Flanagan checking in, letting us know that number 46 is Bobby Ware. So I want to give him credit. Made a couple of nice blocks and also had the 2-point conversion earlier on in that opening half. We want to let you know that a couple of contests, we'll start giving them away next week, as we'll be at Wilkes-Barre Memorial Stadium for Hazleton area's first road trip of the year, as they'll take on the Coughlin Crusaders next Friday night. First, you have a chance from next week on. Every game, you could win a $25 gift certificate to the Hollywood Diner. Just head out to the Hollywood Diner on the Airport Beltway and register. At that game at Wilkes-Barre Memorial Stadium, we'll start giving away, and we might just be announcing your name as the winner of a $25 gift certificate from the Hollywood Diner. So head out to the Hollywood Diner on the Airport Beltway, get your name in the entry form, and we may be announcing your name as the winner of a $25 gift certificate starting next week. We also want to let you know about Chef Buzz's Hole in the Wall. Be sure to register at Chef Buzz's Hole in the Wall, formerly the Red Buzzard, for a delicious weekender. What is a weekender? It's a pizza and impasto along with a dozen wings done just the way you like. Enter at Chef Buzz's Hole in the Wall, and we may be announcing your name next week as well. Couple of contests. We'll start giving away a certificate to the Hollywood Diner and a weekender from Chef Buzz's Hole in the Wall next week from Wilkes-Barre Memorial Stadium, as Fernandez's kickoff to start the second half goes out of the end zone, touchback, and the Cougars will start 1st and 10 from their 20, trailing by 11 after they scored the last 14 points in the last minute 53 of that opening half.
Two things strike me. Gonzalez receiving for Scranton, and two, Jared Little blocking for McCarthy for Scranton High School. The other is special teams play big for Hazleton area. Let's see what happens offensively.
1st and 10 for the Cougars. Oaks in motion to the bottom of your screen. And this is Zach Zukoski. Found some running room and got a nice gain of about 5 on first down before Gordon brought him down.
One of the things offensively, you don't have to feel like you're rushed here. You're down 11, whereas you were down 25 points early in the second quarter. You're down 11, let your offense work, rush the football, work the play action, and see what happens. That they opened the series with a good play, picked up 5.
In that opening half, Zach Zukoski, 3 carries, 17 yards. Ward, 8 carries, 16 yards, and a touchdown. As Basic goes in motion to the top of your screen, Ward looks that way. Now he's going to set up the screen, and incomplete. So it'll bring up 3rd down and about 5. Ward passing that opening half was 6 of 10, 91 yards and a touchdown. Oaks, 5 receptions, 74 yards and a touchdown.
That screen of Jared Little, who not only plays a mean fullback from his linebacker position, came over and bothered the screen, couldn't hold on to it, so it's 3rd and 5. Is it important for them to convert here? I think it is, to give them a little emphasis here in the second half, to give that offense some confidence.
Handoff is to George. Scranton not fooled on the play. Leading the charge for the Knights was Chris Lewis.
You're going to have 4th and short, but I don't think you have any choice here. Get your defense on the field and see what you can do as George comes up off that right side, a couple of yards short.
Williams will punt it away. McCarthy back deep for the Knights. And Williams tries to angle this kick, and it'll take a big Cougar roll inside the 20. And it'll be down at the 16-yard line.
Got a flag.
Flag is down at midfield.
I don't know if it looks like it could be a hold there, Marty, but McCarthy, who wanted to field that early, changed his mind, then let it roll an extra 15 yards.
That was a 57-yard punt by Williams, and it looks like they may even tack on, as I believe they motioned that the penalty was against Scranton. Scoring update from Spartan Stadium. Third quarter action has the Spartans leading Dallas now 19-0. So a big change of field position as they block in the back, added on to the 57-yard punt by Williams, gives the Knights the ball 1st and 10 at their own 8. to McCarthy. And he's going to get tripped up by George as he gets across the 10 to the 14, a gain of 6 on first down. In that opening half, offensive leaders for Scranton, McCarthy, 17 carries, 191 yards, 3 touchdowns. Pazinski, 6 of 12, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns. Gonzalez had those 2 touchdowns, along with 3 catches for 116 yards.
I think one of the things here, Marty, offensively, Scranton, it's not a big secret. McCarthy's going to come at you. That time he picked up about 6 yards, maybe a little more, looking at a second down for the Knights.
McCarthy gets the carry again, pulling his way across the 20 to the 24, a gain of 10. That'll put him over the 200-yard mark for the night and give the Knights a Harry's you pull it first down.
You know, I hadn't seen him play before, but he just, looking at him, struck me as the type of back who is going to punish you as much as you're going to punish him when he's running the ball. That time he pounds it forward for the first down.
McCarthy, only a junior, comes in 6'2", 185.
Nice looking 6'2", too. He's rangy, is able to catch the ball out of the backfield, and obviously can rush it.
McCarthy on the toss. Hazleton area strung him out nicely and will drop him for a loss of about a yard.
What happened there, Marty? The backside of the defense did a great job. Didn't give him any room to cut back, which he likes to do, and stopped him for no gain. Here you're going to see him right here. Now he stops and tries to cut back. Backside does a great job.
Carmen Beltrami forced him to cut it back, waiting for his Cougar teammates to bring him down. It looks like they'll actually just give him no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 from the Knight 24. Get a look at the Berger Family Dealership third quarter scoreboard. And it looks like Scranton will take a timeout. 8:16 left in this third quarter, and they lead it 32-21.
I've got 3 great deals for you. Here's a 2013 Mazda 3i Sport Sedan, just $187 a month, sign and drive. Or this 2014 Mazda 6 Skyactiv, 38 miles per gallon, $245 a month, sign and drive. Or this great 2014 Mazda CX-5 Skyactiv, just $299 a month, sign and drive.
Plus, we'll give you more for your trade. Berger Mazda, just off exit 145 off ID1, Route 93, Hazleton.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
We welcome you back to Harmon Geist Stadium after the Scranton timeout. 8:15 remaining in the third quarter on the Berger Family Dealership scoreboard. 2nd and 10 for the Knights. Bazinski under center. Play action. Rolling left. He's going to swing it back for McCarthy. Cougars read it well, but they couldn't bring him down as McCarthy does all he could to get back for no gain.
I'll tell you what, nice job defensively. Cougars stayed right on the play. Makes it 3rd down, and the defense coming up big here, stopping McCarthy on the last 2 plays for no gain. So we're looking at a 3rd and 10, big 3rd down for the Knights. Clock showing 7:40. Third, really, Hazleton area doesn't have to worry about the time right now. Just need to come up with a big stop here.
Bazinski looking deep down the field. He's got Gonzalez. Incomplete. Looked like he turned him around a little bit, and that may have contributed to the incompletion.
Exactly, Marty. When the receiver has to turn like that and Gonzalez is down, I don't know whether he turned his ankle or... But I have to tell you, when they make this throw and he turns around, he loses sight of the ball here, and that's a little bit to his left. Let's see what the injury is. Good job by the defense for Hazleton area.
While we have a moment, Coach DeMelfi needs to replenish the fluids, and he's taking a drink of the official beverage of the WYLN sports team, Hazel Park Water Store Spring Water. And on a night like tonight, you definitely need to keep the fluids replenished here at Harmon Guy Stadium. We want to remind you, mentioned a little bit earlier on, we'll be on the air at 6:30 with the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show, and then at 7 o'clock, the Cougars hit the road as they'll head to Wilkes-Barre Memorial Stadium to take on the Crusaders of Coughlin. The game of the week, next week, week number 2, Hazleton area at Coughlin, right here, live on WYLN. We also want to remind you, coming up at the end of tonight's game, Joe and I will select a Fairway Subaru player of the game. I have a feeling, Joe, we do have a front runner, but still a lot of football to go that may change things up as this night progresses.
Yeah, McCarthy's had a real nice night so far, but again, as you said, 7:21 left, third quarter. Hazleton's defense just did a very nice job shutting down the Scranton offense.
Leap year gets the punt off, and it'll be fielded by Zukoski. Burns will bring him down across the 45 to the 47, where the Cougars will take over, trailing by 11 with 7:12 left in the third. We want to remind you, high school football on WYLN is brought to you by Northeast Gold and Silver Exchange inside the Churchill Mall. They're paying the highest prices for gold and silver, unwanted, broken, or new. Call them at 497-4177. And by Valley Pets, why pay big box pricing when you can have quality and affordability at your neighborhood pet supply store? Valley Pets celebrating 5 years this October 26th. Ward is going to be hit from behind and brought down by Jared Little.
I'll tell you what, Jared Little has played himself a nice ball game for Scranton tonight. Offensively, he's carried the ball a couple of times for yardage, blocked well. Defensively, from the linebacker position, he has played exceptionally well. That time, Ward was trying to get to the corner. Little chased him down.
George in motion. The give is to Zach Zukoski. Zukoski into Scranton territory. Be brought down at the 48 after a gain of 5. 6.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter on the Berger Family Dealership scoreboard. After a high-scoring opening half, no scoring thus far in this third quarter as both defenses have stepped up and a flag has been thrown.
I think it's going to be a warning on the coaches for Hazleton area, and then that's exactly what it is. Had a couple of assistants out talking to Coach Drumheller.
So it'll be third down and 5 from the 48. Ward throws, looking for Oakes. Gorton on the coverage.
He did have Oakes threw the ball inside of him where he needed to get it outside. Has to do a better job of pinpointing those passes, Marty. Oakes definitely had some room to run. One of the things with Julius Ward, it looks like he wants to make the same throw on every pass, and that's real hard. It doesn't have to happen like that.
So the Cougars look to keep playing the field position game. We'll have Tristan Williams out to punt. McCarthy back deep. McCarthy will pick it up at the 6, elude one tackler, And he'll step out of bounds at the 21. Actually officially marked the ball at the 20. 5:56 left in the third quarter. Scranton holding on to a 32-21 lead.
Going to be left to the Scranton defense again to try to bottle up. I'm sorry, the Hazleton defense to try to bottle up the Scranton offense.
And another sideline warning, this time on Scranton's sideline.
Coaching staff's obviously involved in the game, and officials like to keep a little control.
Toss play, this is Morrison. Morrison will get 2, maybe 3 on the play.
They shifted to a strong right formation. They had two, they had a slot and a wing plus the tight end. They wanted to get Morrison to the corner. No such luck. Hazleton's defense played it very well, Marty. 5:29 and counting. Third quarter, down 11. Cougars are down 11.
And once again, Morrison will be the tailback. We talk about a hot night. They may be trying to give McCarthy a breather here and have him fresh for the fourth. High pass to Gonzalez. He brings it in, gets across the 30, and good for a Harry Jupullet first down.
I'll tell you what, Gonzalez, nice catch. Pasinski got it there a little high, but he made a nice move, and you're going to see this right here. He goes up in the air, takes it down, runs away from 2 defenders, and picks up the first down for the Knights.
Ball be marked at the Scranton 34. 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter on the Berger Family Dealership scoreboard. Scranton up 11, looking to add to that lead here. Now, as I mentioned, giving McCarthy a breather, he gets to carry here across the 40, just shy of the 41. Nice gain on first down.
I'll tell you what, you can tell a good back by the way their first hit and how many yards after their first hit. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, if not maybe behind it. He picks up about 7 yards.
The other thing, Joe, I know as a coach you got to like, very often he doesn't go backwards. He's always falling forward.
Exactly.
He'll get it again and get about 2 to the 42. Chris DeSpirito on the tackle.
We're looking at 3rd and 2, as you mentioned, as a Scranton player. Don't know whether it's leg cramps or probably so, the way it looks.
And when we start the year as DeSpirito is the injured Cougar, it's right about this time, you get to about halfway through the 3rd and into the 4th, when you start to see these players in the beginning of the year, these human Knights, start to cramp up.
Yeah, I think one of the things you look at is your conditioning, but it's still not game-type play. And that causes the cramps. So you want to make sure everybody has plenty of water, and hydration is very important.
And DeSpirito is up and will leave under his own power. As he does that, Joe, we have a moment we want to thank once again for another season. The Third Base Luncheonette at the rear of 704 Carson Street in Hazleton for supplying our crew meal as they have for so many seasons here on WYLN Telecast. And Joe, week number 1, what do you have to say about a third base hoagie?
I'll say it week number 1, and I can guarantee you I'd say it week number 10. Nobody beats a third base hoagie.
One of the greatest testimonials you'll get on television, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you to the third base. Third down and about 2 for the Knights. Fields in motion to the top of your screen. This is McCarthy, eludes one tackler, has a first down and more, and he's pushed out of bounds in Cougar territory. Good for another. Harries, you pull it. First down.
We had 2 Cougars up the field defensively. McCarthy runs away from that right there. Gets to the corner and picks up big yardage and the first down. Puts Scranton into Hazleton territory.
That replay was brought to you by Service Electric, Wilkes-Barre. 1st and 10 from the Cougar 48. McCarthy, the workhorse, gets it again and gets tripped up inside the 45 to the 43 by Oakes.
Jeff Oakes again, nice tackles, shoe top. McCarthy picks up 5 or 6, and there you see him cut it back. Oakes coming up to make that tackle.
McCarthy now 24 carries, 230 yards, 3 Knight touchdowns.
Going to have a problem here if they don't get set with the clock, play clock.
It's down to 1. Pizinski gets it off. Running the option, pitched it back to Fields. He eludes one tackler, but Beltrami will bring him down for a loss of about 2 on the play.
Good penetration by that defensive line of Hazleton. See them up the field. Play takes a long time. Excellent job getting up the field there. A.J. Gasser caused some confusion in the backfield, so it was no gain. We have another cramp on the field, I believe.
I believe that was Nick George that is down. So a big third down coming up after the injury timeout. 3rd and about 8 for the Knights with 2:36 remaining in the third quarter. Oh, I apologize. 72 instead of 22. Zeb Kopczynski. And he left under his own power. So the Cougar defense will head out for a big third down play here in this third quarter. Pizinski out of the gun. 3rd and 8. Pizinski looking left for McCarthy, complete. Cougar defense read it well. I believe that was Oakes who made the play, holding McCarthy short of the first down by about 2 yards.
Oakes did a nice job, along with Brian Manzola. So we're looking at a 4th and about 3. 1:57 in the third quarter. Let's see if the defense can rise to the occasion here. They need a big play. Scranton out in the power I formation.
Wearing little in front of McCarthy. McCarthy hits the line. Cougars stand him up, but he's still on his feet, and they'll bring him down. Cougar defense will hold on downs. Beltrami eventually led the charge on the tackle.
Great job by the Cougar defense. McCarthy, you can see the kind of back he is, struggling for every inch. Didn't make it. Cougars take over. Here you see it. He runs into a solid wall right there. Then we had a lot of people ganging up. But you can see how difficult it is to tackle McCarthy.
So the Cougars, with 1:36 left in the third, will get the ball back, 1st and 10 from their own 40. Great starting field position as the defense came up with a big stand. Three receivers to the top of your screen. Ward out of the gun. Ward looks that way. Pumps once, now he'll tuck it under. Eludes a couple of tacklers. He'll get across the 45 to the 48, a gain of 8.
Good job by Julius Ward picking up that 8 yards, looking downfield to make the throw here. Nothing there. Good blocking by the offensive line. Ward then does a great job of hanging on to the ball and picking up decent yardage. I think one of the things you have to look at offensively, use the sideline a little bit, run a shorter route. That would help Ward with his throwing motion also. As we have a timeout.
Cougars, confusion offensively, take the timeout. They trail by 11 with under a minute left in the third. We'll keep it here. Looks like there seemed to be some confusion, as we want to remind you. Coming up next Friday night, week number 2. The high school football schedule continues. We'll start at 6:30 with the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show. And then at 7, the Cougars hit the road to take on the Crusaders of Coughlin from Wilkes-Barre Memorial Stadium. Live high school football, week number 2, Hazleton area and Coughlin, right here. And only here on WILN.
I think one of the most frustrating things for a coach is when there is that type of confusion. Happens a lot early season. You have that confusion. Now you have to waste the first down. Or I'm sorry, a timeout. And what if you get later in the ball game, Marty, and you need that? So I think that's really important. You have to try to get everybody on the same page early, and sometimes tough to do, as looked to be the case there.
And both teams have been guilty of that. Scranton used the timeout in that last offensive possession because they had some confusion.
Exactly. Like I said, it happens a lot early season. And then again, you see it happen a lot in tight situations later in the season.
So 2nd and 2 from the Cougar 48. Play action. Wardle swinging out to Zukowski. Zukowski has a first down and more. Just tripped up at the 40. Brought down by Anthony Tucson. But not before Zukowski picks up a Harry shoot pulling first down.
They've used this play a couple times before. They fake it to Zukowski. He makes like he's blocking and then just sits. They tell him to sit. Ward drops him the ball, picks up nice yardage. You get a good rush off the corner, that play will work every time. We're under 35 seconds here in the third quarter. First down.
Ball marked at the Scranton 39. Ward fakes to Oaks, keeps, and he's going to be brought down for a loss as Scranton was not fooled. Marichak and Little combined on the play. And this looks like it'll be the final play of the third quarter. Through 3, Scranton 32, Hazleton area 21. Fourth quarter action up next.
Buy it at Barber Ford. It's a cut above the rest. Buy it at Barber Ford. Honest people where the deals are the best. Now is the time. Barber Ford is the place. The best cause I hear there's no mistake. You can't buy better. You can't buy better than Barber Ford.
Barber Ford, Route 309 in Hazleton and on Route 11 in Exeter.
welcome you back to Harmon Guy Stadium in Hazleton. Start of the fourth quarter. Cougars down 11.
Marty, part of the problem in the last play is when Ward is making that fake, there's not enough mesh, and the defense can find the ball quick enough. So when Ward tries to run it back, they know he has the ball. There has to be a better fake with the mesh type situation there.
Basic in motion to the bottom of your screen. Ward swings out the screen to George. George eludes some tacklers. Spins inside the 30 to the 28. Appears to have another. Harry's, you pull it. Cougar, first down.
Hazleton area, and here you see it, has used the screen very effectively. Nice job out front by DeSpirito on the blocking.
Ball marked at the night 28. Ward again out of the gun. Ward across the middle finds Oakes. Oakes will get about 3 yards before he is brought down by Marcus Morrison.
What they did was ran 2 routes deep and then tried to hit Oakes underneath. Picked up a couple, wasn't a bad route. Maybe crowded the line of scrimmage a little bit too much. Needed to be a little deeper.
You know, you always go through an off-season, Joe, and say, who are some of the better teams in the region? Well, how about a big statement in the Wyoming Valley Conference tonight? Wyoming Valley West, opening moments of the fourth quarter, leading Dallas 33-0.
Wyoming Valley West to be definitely a team to look at as Ward takes the left side.
And Ward will be hauled down near the 20. Third and short coming up for the Cougars.
I'll say it again, if you don't have enough of a fake there, that's too quick. It gives the backside time to stay home, basically. That one step doesn't do it. Got to give that play time to develop.
Ball marked at the 22, 3rd and 4 for the Cougars. Ward out of the gun. He has Zukoski to his left. Ward pumps, throws, out of the reach of Oakes. Gordon on the coverage. 4th down coming up.
Gordon did an excellent job. He's one of the people we talked about earlier on that Scranton team. Excellent job on coverage. Gets there, knocks it down. Big 4th down for Hazleton area.
10:25 left in the fourth quarter on the Berger Family Dealership scoreboard. 4th and 4 for the Cougars from the night 22. 3 receivers to the top of your screen. Kopczynski, Basic, and Oakes. Ward is going to run the quarterback draw. Has the first down and more. And he is brought down inside the 15 to the 14. Good for Harry's. You pull it. First down.
What we had was trips right, spread the secondary. Ward takes it off left tackle just like a single wing. As you get a block there inside. Looked like Nick George with the block.
Cougars once again are in the Grand Central red zone. 1st and 10 at the 14. Toss to Zukoski. Zukoski will be nailed down at about the 11. Morrison on the tackle. Looks like they'll officially mark him at the 11, a gain of 3. And it looks like Scranton wants to take a timeout defensively. 9:48 left in the fourth, and Scranton trying to hold on to an 11-point lead. And we'll keep it right here.
One of the things Ward seems to be doing a much better job of is running the offense here in the second half. He made some nice throws. They just ran that play, and I believe it was Nick George with the block. Ward was able to take it off left tackle. Now, they ran that away from trips, so once you break the line of scrimmage, all you have is a cornerback there and a linebacker. If you can get a little bit of running room, you can pick up good yardage, as he did on the first down.
So Scranton will be down to 1 timeout remaining. We want to remind you, coming up, game coverage will start at 7. Pre-game show brought to you by Greater Hazleton Health Alliance begin at 6:30. Week number 2, game of the week, Hazleton area Coughlin, right here, live next Friday night on WILN. Second down and 7 for the Cougars as they are in the Grand Central red zone. Ball marked at the Scranton 11. Zukowski in motion out of the backfield. They're going to hand it to George. George right up the middle. He is going to be brought down at about the 5. Third about a yard coming up for the Cougars.
Letting that offensive line work. We talked about number of, seeing here you see the dive, straight at it, and George does a great job getting up in. Kopczynski, Benet, Gasser, DeSpirito, Zukowski, all doing their part, along with Gunser.
Zukowski again in motion. Again, it'll be George. George looks like he gets to about the 3. That should be enough for a Harry's You Pull It first down.
.904 left. Ball on about the 3.
Three minutes gone in the fourth quarter on the Berger Family Dealership scoreboard. The Cougars looking to cut into an 11-point deficit. Zukowski, end zone, touchdown, Cougars!
Right side, again, offensive line doing a nice job. Offense much improved from first to second half. 32-27, there you see it, right side. Again, let's go, Nick George doing a good job making the push along with the offensive line on that right side. Gasser, DeSpirito, Benet the center.
With the 5-point deficit, the Cougars will go for 2. Ward looking. He's going to tuck it under and run. He is in for the 2-point conversion. 8:50 left in the fourth. The Cougars now trail it by only 3.
I used to think that me and my dad were just building a car. I realize now that it was a lot more than that.
That's the one, bud. Okay, come here. What's this guy right here? You know what that is?
Find the parts you need at Harry's You Pull It. Visit us online at WeGotUsed.com to shop our yard or visit us at one of our 3 locations in Pennsburg, Allentown, and Hazleton.
Now, Hazel Park Spring Water is proud to announce that they are the official water of the WILN Sports Crew and available for home delivery through J.W. Wargo Spring Water Delivery and JoJo's Beverage. Since 1915, the Kreisel family has been serving the area with quality meats. The tradition continues today with 5 generations at Hazel Park Quality Meats, 260 Washington Avenue, West Hazleton, and Redding Specialty Meats, located at 216 East 4th Street in Berwick. Here are some of this week's specials.
The Cougars go 12 plays, 60 yards, take 4:46 off the clock. Zach Zukowski from 3 yards out. Julius Ward, the 2-point conversion. The Cougars once trailed 32-7 in the second quarter. They now trail by 3.
I think if I were special teams, I don't know if I try to keep it away from McCarthy. He's deep on the right facing the kickoff team. I don't know if I'd want to take a chance on.
Fields to the near side. Squibbing kick will be picked up by Bobby Ware. Ware staying on his feet. Flag has been thrown. Ware still going and finally brought down at about the 43-yard line. But we'll wait for the flag.
I'll tell you, Bobby Ware looks like a hard man to bring down himself.
While they sort out the penalty, how about Wyoming Valley West has made it 40-0 on opening night?
Making a statement. The Wyoming Valley Conference.
So the penalty, 10 yards, will bring it back inside the 35 to the night 33. 8:39 remaining on opening night. Scranton trying to hold on to a 32-29 lead on the Berger Family Dealership scoreboard.
We're looking at 8 in the box here. Let's see if Pazinski tries to use the pass at all.
McCarthy eludes one tackler, eludes a second. Gets away from a couple more as he leans forward across the 40 to about the 42. Gain of about 8 on the play.
Interesting running style that young man has. He's able to get the ball up the field. Looks like he's not expending a lot of energy, but I'll tell you what, he can run it.
Coming up at the end of tonight's game, Joe and I will select a Fairway Subaru player of the game.
You have to have 2 or 3 people at the point of attack with him, Marty, and even then you can't allow him to bounce. Last series, Hazleton area did a nice job. Let's see if they can continue that.
McCarthy trying to get to the outside, brought down by Oakes. It'll depend on the spot if he got the first down.
Oakes did a great job there as we have a Scranton player down. Oakes did a great job of flattening McCarthy out. First time that somebody has been able to do that tonight.
And Chris Lewis for Scranton will limp off. Hopefully it's just a cramp the way he's limping.
We're looking at either a third and it looks like it's going to be 3rd and short, Marty.
And remember, as we wind down this 4th quarter, Scranton with only 1 timeout remaining. Used one with some confusion on offense and used the other on defense. Pazinski will run the quarterback sneak. Flag has been thrown.
I think we're going to have a hold. I mean, I don't see any other way. That's a big call right there.
Holding on the offense will move them back 10 yards.
And the umpire, I think, is Frank Galecki's the umpire, and he was motioning to the Scranton coach that the offensive lineman tackled the defensive lineman. And that was the reason for the call.
So the ball will go back to the 33 from 3rd and short to 3rd and 10. Scranton will come out of the I formation. Pazinski under center. Quick drop. Tip by Beltrami. Did he catch it? They'll say no, it hit the ground, incomplete. But what an effort by Carmen Beltrami.
Beltrami really did a nice job as the defense again coming up big here. I believe it was a good call.
Very good call. That ball looked like it hit the ground.
But the defense again for Hazleton area with a great effort. Again, anytime you want to make that short throw, Marty, if you have people standing up with their hands in the air, tough to get it there.
Remember at the end of the 2nd quarter, low snap forced Leap Year to take a knee to field the ball. Gave Hazleton area the football great field position, but a high snap here, nicely done, and Leap Year will have his punt go out of bounds at the 35. So Hazleton area down by 3, and the ball will be marked at the 36. 7:02 remaining in the 4th, down 3. They have 2 timeouts remaining. We want to remind you that high school football on WILN is brought to you by AM19 Delivers. Fast, free, reliable service. Use the same dry cleaning service used by the Cougar football team. Call Angelo today at 570-436-2705. And by 22nd Street Auto, the cold weather will be here soon. Bring your vehicle to 22nd Street Auto for your pre-winter checkup. 22nd Street Auto is a proud sponsor of Cougar football on WILN. On first down, Zukowski gets stood up by McCarthy and pushed back, but not before Zukowski gets to the 42, a gain of 6.
Ran that little counter play. Fake to the right, came back to the left with Zukowski, and he picks up nice yardage on the first down. Now their offense definitely looks like they picked it up here in the second. Here you see the play, Marty. Zukowski, McCarthy coming up. Excellent job of the offensive line on the left side. Kick out blocked by the end.
Ward runs the draw. Ward will be pushed out of bounds near a Cougar first down depending on the spot.
You're going to run the draw, you need to take 1 or 2 steps backwards. Hesitate just a little. Let some rush come, then try to find your way up the field. As it is very close to a first down, if not a first down.
See what Jay Rowan elects to do here. Is he going to bring the chains out? Oh, a penalty against Hazleton area.
They're calling.
I apologize.
And the reason for the call is looked like a quick step by one of the wide receivers before the snap.
So that'll bring the ball back to the Cougar 37. Second down and 9 coming up for the Cougars. 6:18 left on the Berger Family Dealership fourth quarter scoreboard. Cougars down 3. Ward gets away from one defender. Almost gets away from a second. Loses a yard. Little brought him down. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Cougars.
Scranton did a great job getting up the field right now. Again, Jared Little bringing him down, but there was pressure before Little, Marty. I think if I had to guess, they've run that screenplay several times, different varieties, and probably what they're going to go to, looking for a big rush out of the shotgun.
Low snap. Ward pumps, throws, incomplete. I think he was looking for the first man, Oaks.
I think he was looking for the under pattern, you're right, which was Oaks. They had another deep pattern. Surprised they didn't consider going to that, some type of screen. But defensively, they played very well here in the second half. They're going to have to punt this away with 5:23 left here in the fourth quarter, but they still have 2 timeouts. And if they do a good job defensively, Marty, they can get the ball back.
Ramon Fields is back deep, but about 20 yards ahead of him is McCarthy as Williams gets the punt away. It will bounce and go out of bounds at the Knight 33-yard line. 5:15 left in the fourth quarter. Scranton will look to take some time off this clock, leading by 3.
That's a good point. Hazleton area with 2 timeouts. 5:15 left. They might, and you have to start thinking about this situation, they might have to use a timeout on defense if things work that way. A lot of coaches are afraid to do that. But if you have time on the clock and you know you're going to have to stop it, you have to consider using that timeout.
And Pazinski will throw on first down, look into his left. Gonzalez can't bring it in, incomplete.
I'll tell you what, not a lot of air under the ball, but a good throw. He had that thing right on the money. Gonzalez again with the pass. Here you see Pazinski, very nice throw. That's the kind of ball you have to have there. Gonzalez running a route, the defender has to start thinking about chucking him a little bit. By that I mean pressuring him at the line of scrimmage, or they're going to have to double up on Gonzalez. Plus of that, stop the clock, Marty.
Well, at the end around, this is Morrison. Morrison eludes one tackler. Morrison across the 40. Morrison into Cougar territory. Gets a block from Fields. Morrison is gonna go. Touchdown, Scranton. 67 yards for Marcus Morrison. And Morrison makes it a 2-score game.
That was all Morrison. He got the ball to the corner. Did an excellent job of turning it up. And really, with 4:53 left, put a dagger in the heart of that defense. And that defense has been playing very well here in the second half. Big run by Morrison.
Fernandez on for the point after. Kick is up, and it is good. 4:53 remaining as we'll keep it here in the fourth quarter. Get a look at the replay brought to you by Service Electric Wilkes-Barre.
Just enough of a block on the corner for Morrison to make the turn, and there, now, you have to do a better job of setting yourself in tackle downfield. Ran out of 2 or 3 tackles to score. Makes it 39-29 in favor of Scranton.
And now, what makes that such a big score? 2 possessions.
2 possessions. And the other thing, Marty, is now you know the clock is ticking. So you need to get out there and move the football. How do you do that? You can use the running game, but you have to be out of the huddle to the line of scrimmage very quickly. You can also use the short passing game, use the screen game. But, I mean, you always have the chance for an onside if you score, so that's something you have to keep in mind.
We've given you updates on this game all night. It has gone final. Wyoming Valley West goes to 1-0 on this 2013 season with what I think has to be an impressive victory, 40-0 over Dallas. What a lot of publications was calling the game of the night. Wyoming Valley West made a big statement. We would argue that this game has become one of the bigger games of the night as Hazleton area battled back from a 25-point deficit to make it a 3-point game before Morrison rambled 67 yards. Zukowski from the 6. Zukowski looking to make a run, but he breaks away, still on his feet, and he is knocked out of bounds.
About the 35, it looks like they got him. Zukowski's the kind of player can give you a spark. Right here you see him, takes it up the field. And if you look at the return or the kickoff team, nobody's set to make a tackle. Nobody breaks down. Everybody has their body turned. You have to be down there and break down. A lot of what it comes from, Marty, is late in the game, people tired, they can't get down the field, or it's tough for them to get down the field. You got to work on that.
30-yard return by Zukowski gives the Cougars the ball at their own 36. Ward out of the gun, looking, throws, tipped, intercepted by Fields. Fields down the sideline. He cuts it back, bringing it to the near side. Fields has the angle. Touchdown, Scranton. Ramon Fields with the interception return. 59 yards.
If you have 3 receivers in the middle of the field, that's 3. If you have 3 or 4 defenders in the middle of the field, that's 7. Let's take a look here. Boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have almost 7 people. You have 6, 7. If the ball's tipped, there's no, I mean, it's tough for the offense to have it. Defense If you throw to the outside, you have a little better chance. Give yourself a chance. That's what you have to do. 45-29, 4:28 left.
Fernandez again for the point after. Hold is down. Kick is up and no good. Keep it here with 4:28 remaining. Scranton, in what was a 3-point game, get 2 touchdowns, one offensively, one defensively in the matter of 25 seconds, and have blown the game open with a lead now of 45-29.
And the other thing, Ms. Marty, is Hazleton area came back and after a slow start offensively played well. I think Julius Ward has to learn that there's a touch on that ball. Work on that, on the short ball. You don't need to throw it 40 miles an hour. I also think that defensively, after McCarthy the first half did a pretty good job, Hazleton's defense came back. So there's some hope. There's some things there they can work with. But I think the biggest thing is tough to handle the ball at about 8 to 10 yards when it's traveling. And again, you have to make the catch. But as a quarterback, you have to be able to pass that ball around, and every throw doesn't have to be the same.
Once again, Fernandez kicks off, and Zukowski will let it go into the end zone on the touchback. So 4:28 remaining, and now a 3-score game. Cougars will have it back at the 21st and 10. And if this score stays the same and Hazleton area goes to 0-1, I think one of the big things that Coach Drumheller builds on, they very easily could have packed it in when they got to 32-7. They battled back, got a break, but they capitalized on it. Defensively, as you mentioned, stayed in it, and they got it to within 3.
And I'll tell you what, Marty, as a coaching staff, you evaluate everyone, including you and your staff. I mean, after the first game, this is what how we have to handle things.
Pass to Kopczynski, incomplete.
Ball's thrown outside. Kopczynski couldn't handle it. Down on the ground, so we have a clock that stopped, 2nd and 10.
I know obviously we haven't seen Coughlin tonight. We've seen Hazleton area, but I know what I'll hear from you next week is so often they talk about the biggest improvement from week 1 to week 2.
Yeah.
We'll see how Hazleton area improves next week.
I think that's partially true. The first 1 to 3 or 1 to 2, first to second or first to third games are, as we have a flags thrown. I think they're the most important time during the season because you establish your game attitude. Now you come in from preseason 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it might be, but your players have been lifting. You've been in contact with them all year long, which is not illegal now. PIAA allows that. But by the third game, they have a pretty good inkling of how they handle themselves and how you handle them.
Ward eludes the rush. He's going to tuck it and run, and he'll be brought down at the 18. 3rd down and about 12 coming up.
Yeah, it's tough to throw the ball downfield when you're down 16 points. The defense knows you have to get it down the field. They get people cranking up on the line of scrimmage.
Ward on 3rd down, being pressured, throws complete. Looks to be just shy of the 1st down to Gavin Kopczynski.
I'll tell you what, Kopczynski went right to the ground to make that catch, but it was a nice throw. It was low, away from the defender. Had some speed on it that time, Marty, because it had to have speed on it. We're going to have 4th and about 3. Let's see what the Cougars do here. Clock running, 3:15.
Ward is going to run the draw. Has the first down and more. Ward is hit hard as he gets across the 35 to the 38. Good for a Harry's. You pull it first down. Clock will stop to move the chains.
Scott Gordon came up very quickly in that free safety position. Here you see it. He made the fake. Right there.
Clock running. 2:45 and counting left in the fourth. Ward looking left. Throws complete to Burrows. Burrows into Scranton territory with another Harry's. You pull it first down.
Very good job by the coaching staff, Hazleton area, throwing the ball underneath, secondary playing off. The route was run under the secondary. They're trying to play the zone defense behind that.
So another 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Trips towards right at the top of your screen. Ward looking that way. Throws. Complete. Making the catch, Kevin Kopczynski inside the 30 to the 26. Good for another Harry's. You pull it. First down.
Good job of finding the open area. Receiver split. Linebackers right here, you're going to see it. Ward stays in there. Nice job of blocking. There you see him. Between the linebacker and the cornerback. Offensive line do a good job giving quarterback time to throw.
Ward rolling right. Throws and caught still on his feet is Oakes inside the 5. First and goal Cougars on the Harry's. You pull it first down.
I like the spunk the offense is showing here. They want to get it in the end zone, come back and onside kick it. You know everybody's going to expect it. Good job on the run by Ward, and he gets the ball to Oakes, who makes a great catch.
And then the balance to stay on his feet to get the Cougars once again inside the Grand Central red zone. And it'll remain 1st and goal, this time back to the 10.
I think there's a lot to work with there with the Hazleton area. They've done a nice job, as I've mentioned before, in the second half. Offensively, have moved the ball, really have picked it up.
Down to a minute and a half remaining, and another flag will stop the play.
Came from the umpire. I don't know, it was line movement. I think it was, Marty.
We're going to rule it against Hazleton area, move them back another 5.
What you want to do here, it's late in the game, people are tired, discipline slips a little because of the tired feeling. Go on first snap, go on first sound. You don't want to do too much thinking here. You want to go more on instinct.
Clock continues to run in the play clock down to 5. The Cougars will have to hurry here. And Ward will take the second timeout with 1:03 remaining. As we'll keep it here. And for Scranton, I think Coach Drumheller put it best in the interview during the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show, talking about Scranton and a lot of the players lost due to graduation. He said this isn't a matter of rebuilding, they're just filling in. And boy, it looks like, especially on the offensive side of the ball, that the Scranton team hasn't missed a beat.
Yeah, I think one of the things you have is you have a McCarthy, and Pazinski has done very well at quarterback. You have those two players. You have people that, as you said, you can fill in. Also, Jared Little, who's done a nice job for Scranton. Their offensive line has done well. Just enough space for McCarthy to get it up the field. Pazinski has made some nice throws, run the offense well. So, yeah, I think Coach Drumheller is right. when you have some key players, you fill in around them.
So out of the timeout, first and goal from the 15. Ward will go under center. Looking for the screen. Read well by Marichak, but he can't bring Zukoski down. But he delayed him enough that Scranton was able to get back and get him. Dylan Granahan on the tackle. And it looks like Hazleton area will take their final timeout.
Yeah, the Scranton defense sat on that screen. Obviously we're looking for one of the big plays for the Cougars tonight. And so they had some people sitting on it. You have 3 downs here. Try to get it in the end zone. Talk to your special teams about that onside and take it from there.
Coach Drumheller trying to draw up play to get Hazleton area closer to the end zone. This is probably one of those, you don't have to get the end zone right here, get about half back and make it manageable for the final 2 downs.
Exactly. Many coaches would say, I'm going 3 times in the end zone. I don't know that you need to do that. I think you need to pick up some yardage here.
Ward under pressure, throwing to the corner of the end zone, and just incomplete on the diving play by Oakes.
Good job by the defensive back, forcing that pattern wider. Oakes did a great job of coming off the force by the secondary, and getting back to the ball, just couldn't make the catch. Looks like Coach Drumheller has opted to go go to the end zone 3 times, which is fine. You want to try to score as quickly as possible. And like I said, see if your special teams can come up with a play.
Not sure what the delay is. Now they'll run the play. 3rd and goal. Ward looking for Oakes and overthrew him, incomplete.
Yeah, Oakes on that under route, a little high with the throw. Coverage was not bad, but Oakes was, I think, inside the coverage. But Ward got the ball up too high. 4th down.
Scranton 1 defensive stand away from being able to get the ball back and running out the clock as Hazleton area out of timeouts. 4th and goal from the 17. Ward looking tipped up and incomplete. I believe that was Granahan that got the tip.
I'll tell you what, Marty, he had Oakes on the pattern too. Granahan did a great job getting his hand in the air, forcing that ball to be tipped. Scranton will take over. 38 seconds left.
They'll take that long ride back north on I-81 with a victory in their pocket, as they were given a little bit of a scare early on in the 4th quarter as Hazleton area made it a 3-point game.
I think the Cougars, again, did an excellent job of...
Our Fairway Subaru player of the game, Jake McCarthy. Jake, to this point, 27 carries, 241 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 receptions, 31 yards. Had some nice special team plays as well. Jake McCarthy, our Fairway Subaru player of the game.
We talked about McCarthy a lot. Running style is very... I don't want to say it's nonchalant, but it looks like that. But he can get it up the field. As Scranton, I believe, needs to snap it one more time to end the ball game.
Looks like the play clock is still in the 20s, so they can just let it run out as Scranton will come away with a road victory to open the 2013 season with a 45-29 victory over Hazleton area. But for the Cougars, not the end result they like, but you got to give this team credit. They battled all night long, and as we mentioned, got it to a 3-point game before Scranton offensively and defensively got 2 touchdowns in the matter of 25 seconds to blow open this ball game.
I think you have to think to yourself, and again, Coach Drumheller's staff and the Hazleton area players, they look at the film, they have to feel they've done some decent things, and especially in the second half. So build on that, look to Coughlin. We have them next Friday night.
Okay, it looks like down on the field, Joe Flanagan with winning head coach Mike Marichak.
It's a big win. I mean, a lot of these kids we have, they're inexperienced. Their first game out here, we did make quite a few mistakes, but Jake's a tough player, and the kids hung in there. We made some big plays. A couple other kids made some big plays, so I'm very proud of these kids.
Coach, how about your running back McCarthy? Just talk about a little bit about him, how he played.
He's special. He's a special kid. It's hard to have a kid like this, and I'm lucky to have a guy like that, and he's a special kid. I mean, it's unreal, and he had a great game tonight.
All right. Okay, Coach, congratulations on your win. Thank you. Back upstairs to Marty and Joe.
Thanks a lot, Joe, and you heard Coach say it. Very lucky, and he had a little smile on his face to say about Jake McCarthy, the Fairway Subaru player of the game, helped leading an offense that accumulated 487 yards of offense. Now time for the post-game recap, brought to you by Service Electric Wilkes-Barre. Going to look at the highlights of tonight's game, and a lot of scoring in this ball game. Scranton led 6-0 when McCarthy from 17 yards out rambled right up the middle to make it 12-0 Knights. But on the ensuing kickoff, Zach Zukowski was not touched a lot, broke one tackle there and had one man to beat and got away from him. He went 97 yards in the final 0.9 seconds of the opening quarter. It was 12-7 Knights. And in what was one of the bigger plays in the game, what some fans thought was a fumble was ruled down. Could have been a Cougar lead heading into the second quarter, but instead the Knights would go 95 yards in 3 plays. McCarthy, his second touchdown run from 37 yards out. The 2-point pass to Bobby Ware made it 20-7 Knights. McCarthy was not done, this time from 48 yards out, capping a 69-yard drive. The run after was no good. It was 26-7 Scranton. And the Knights came right back from 54 yards out. Joshua Gonzalez from Pizinski, 32-7 Knights. It looked like this game might have been over, but the Cougars battle back. They go 80 yards in 5 plays. With 1:53 left in the half, Oakes from Ward made it 32-14. Cougars got the ball back on a special teams error by Scranton. On the last play of the opening half, Ward goes from 1 yard out, and at the half it was 32-21. Ward here on a big 12-play, 60-yard drive on 4th down set up this 3-yard run by Zukowski, making it 32-29 on the 2-point run by Ward. But the big play, Marcus Morrison on the end around goes 67 yards, breaking some tackles, and with 4:53 left in the ball game, all of a sudden Scranton led 39-29. First offensive play, Ward has his pass tipped and intercepted by Ramon Fields, and Ramon does the rest. He goes 55 yards, cutting it back to the near side and making it a 45-29 lead, which would stay. Scranton wins it 45-29. That was the Service Electric Wilkes-Barre post-game recap. Get a look at the score by quarter. And Scranton with that 32-21 lead at the half before the 13-8 scoring in the fourth. And those 2 big scores in the matter of 25 seconds that gave Scranton that 16-point win.
Yeah, I think both teams special teams did a great job. I thought Hazleton, when you look forward to Coughlin, you have some things to work for.
And now we're going to say goodnight from Harmon Guy Stadium for our director, Barry Jazz. For stats by Jim Burns. For Joe Flanagan, Joe DeMelfi, I'm Marty Burns saying so long. The final score, Scranton 45, Hazleton area 29. Join us next Friday night starting at 6:30 with the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance pregame show. Game coverage at 7 from Wilkes-Barre Memorial Stadium. It'll be Hazleton area and Coughlin live right here next Friday night on WILN. This has been a WILN Sports Special presentation. Good night from Hazleton. Late edition news at 10 is next.
Live from WILN Hazleton, this is WILN's Late Edition News at 10.